Alabama.
Florida State over Alabama.
Watch out for UCLA, by the way, though.
So, we'll see. This year, somebody with 2 losses will get the play.
I love that.
Next week, from Lambeau, join us for College Game Day. See you later.
The Cleveland area's St. Edward High School is an Ohio powerhouse that has won back-to-back state titles. Today, they host a Pittsburgh area school, Pine-Richland, that features Philip Jerkovic, a dual-threat quarterback committed to Notre Dame. It's the Geico ESPN High School kickoff right now.
For months, goalposts have stood watch over empty practice fields. The silence, like the next tick of a clock that never comes. But if you try hard enough, you can just hear the band playing the school fight song and feel the energy of hundreds of cheering fans still hanging in the air. Just as the days couldn't get any longer or any hotter, something awakens amidst the stillness of summer. The echoes of seasons past give way to the sounds of a new season.
We're coasting, let's go. Pick it up.
Countless hours of dreaming and countless hours of waiting. The wait is over. Tomorrow's stars of college football play here. Football is back.
To show the country what great football is played in Northeast Ohio, in Cleveland, Ohio, in Lakewood, Ohio, at St. Edward High School. All these guys that put this jersey on before you sacrificed their bodies so you guys can continue that legacy, and people have noticed.
That is Tom Lombardo, the head coach of St. Edward High School, and we welcome you to the 2016 Geico ESPN High School football kickoff, part of the Summer of Next, presented by Geico. From First Federal Lakewood Stadium in Lakewood, Ohio, a matchup from Pine-Richland, the Rams out of Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh area, and the St. Edward Eagles from here in the Cleveland area. Along with Rocky Boyman, I'm Mark Neely. Football is back. Great to have you along. Rocky, before you won a Super Bowl trophy in the NFL, before you lined up at linebacker for Notre Dame, you played high school football in Cincinnati for St. X. Is this bringing back some good memories?
It certainly does, Mark. I don't care. You talk to any player who's played, regardless of what level they've gotten to, everyone looks fondly upon their high school days. Something about those crosstown rivalries, about playing with your buddies you've known for such a long time. It's football's purest form, and everyone remembers everything about it.
St. Ed's the home team, back-to-back state champs, but they're taking on Pine-Richland and their quarterback, Philip Jerkovic, a dual-threat quarterback headed to Notre Dame.
Mark, the big debate in football, what's the best kind of quarterback? A true pocket passer or a guy who can run? The answer is both. They're hard to find, but Pine-Richland has a player in that. Phil Jerkovic, you see there, can deliver the long pass down the field. 6'6" frame, stands very tall in the pocket, but then can also do this. Running ability, breaking tackles. You see him running away from defenders as you watch tape on him. One of the top-rated dual-threat quarterbacks in the country. But this is what makes him extra special, Mark. Saw this week. Can extend plays. Think Ben Roethlisberger keeps the eyes downfield, extra time for those wide receivers, and delivers the football.
A look at who's next is brought to you by Geico and Jerkovic. Look at the numbers from last season. Over 2,500 passing yards, over 1,200 rushing yards.
And that's as a sophomore. How about that in his first year as a starter?
Well, we are set to go from Lakewood, Ohio, just a short distance west of downtown Cleveland. We're just off Lake Erie as well. That is Pine-Richland wearing the white. They're the visiting team. St. Ed's in the gold tops. They won the toss, and they will receive. And we are set to go. From the 11-yard line, this is Zalesta, who's also their starting running back. He brings it out near the 30, and that's where the St. Edward Eagles will begin the 2016 season. And Kevin Kramer inherits the quarterback position at St. Ed's.
Yeah, last year, Jimmy Keefe, the quarterback, a great starter there. Had first-year starter for Kevin Kramer. The offense that St. Edwards runs, kind of a spread option you see a lot of colleges run, but they will huddle. I think their MO this game, Mark, is they want to slow this thing down and keep Jerkovic on the sideline.
Well, before we get the first play, the officials stop things. Make sure they have the yard markers all set. They're going to have to be ready on all sides because the football season is back again. In motion goes Devin Maddox. They fake the handoff to him and straight ahead. Kevin Kramer, the quarterback, keeps it. He's up near the 36 and picks up close to 7. So we see the running of Kevin Kramer right out of the chute.
And that's the thing for him. It's going to be important, making good decisions. You saw there the read option, reads that defensive end, man line on the line of scrimmage, kept that one, pick up some nice yards.
And a 2nd down and 3 from the 36. With motion goes Devin Maddox. The jet sweep. Maddox running left, but that is well read by the Pine-Richland defense. Jesse Meckler, the linebacker, the first over there to get him. Here's the head coach, Tom Lombardo, in his 2nd season. He came in, had to inherit a team that were the defending state champs, and he took them to a 2nd straight state title in his 1st year a year ago.
Yeah, took over for Rick Finodi, and in his 1st year, led him all the way to state title.
Rick Finodi left to go to Michigan as the director of football operations for Jim Harbaugh. 3rd down and 2, handoff. First carry, Zylester bounces it outside. Was hit by Ben Yoakum, but he falls forward and looks like he'll be close to the 1st down, and we'll have the 1st down for St. Ed's.
And this is what we talk about. Got to establish a run game, slow this game down a bit, eat some clock. And Zalessa, he takes over this year. They had a great running back last year, Cole Guest, who's now playing at Indiana. And Coach Lombardi had nothing but great things to say about that young man right there yesterday.
Nice first carry of the year for Zalesta, who last year behind Cole Guest did carry 68 times for 321 yards. The pass deflected. Well, a hand on it initially from Grant Kerrigan. He was wearing 71 today instead of his normal 84.
Grant Kerrigan, pit commit, gets a big mid up in the air. And one thing about Pine-Richland's defense, not a ton of big size out there, not a lot of big bodies, but Grant Kerrigan, you see there, 6'7", 250 pounds. Nice job batting that ball down.
Deflection by Kerrigan, and Jared Marfisi, number 42, nearly able to pick it off. 2nd down and 10. Zalesta motions into the backfield. Kramer hands off to him straight ahead, powers his way for a gain of 6 up to the 46, brought down by Tommy Camino.
Celesta, only 5'9", 180 pounds, and even that may be generous, but nice job between the tackles here early in this game.
Well, one thing Curtis Celesta does away from football, he's on the hockey team as well at St. Ed's.
You think hockey, think balance, that's certainly something that would help him out as a running back.
And toughness.
Yep, certainly that too.
3rd down and 3. Hand off. The pile just keeps getting pushed. 1st down all the way across midfield to the 48 of Pine-Richland. Meckler and Duran were there to make the tackle, but Zalesta just kept on powering for a gain of 7.
That's one thing Tom Lombardo talked about yesterday, finishing plays, right? No matter what, just finish that play, keep those legs moving. And here you see the chains moving as well.
Favorite athlete, Christian McCaffrey, who certainly has to be on the early Heisman watch.
That's right, not a bad favorite athlete right there, McCaffrey.
1st down, St. Edward's, first possession of the game. They're at the 47 of Pine-Richland. Give again, Zalesta. That right at the line of scrimmage. Does get about 2 up to the 45. Kerrigan, number 71, again. They're the first to greet him.
And you can see early on here, it looks like St. Edward's offense trying to take advantage of the little bit smaller size that Pine-Richland has up front, running straight up the middle there, right up the gut.
We're seeing St. Ed's, they huddle, they take their time. When we will see Pine-Richland offensively, they're going to speed it up. So right away, you have a St. Ed team and offense keeping the ball out of the hands of Pine-Richland. Kramer throws, finds his man wide open, complete to Cordell Hoover, who stopped right near the marker at the 38, pushed out of bounds by cornerback Tanner Douglas. It's going to set up a 3rd and short after a gain of 6.
Pine-Richland is known defensively for bringing a lot of pressure. You see they have a 3-man front, which means they can have blitzers coming from the outside, the other side, up the middle. I think at some point they're going to have to try to put some pressure on this St. Ed's offense.
Well, We're going to run some power here. 9th play of the drive. Second man through is met by Kerrigan, though. He completely wrapped up Vince Buccino.
Well, Mark, penetration, it will kill a run play. And you see a great job there holding the line of scrimmage, and then Kerrigan gets into the backfield, wraps up the running back.
So that's Antonio Hills who was wrapped up, and it brings up a 4th down. So Mason Lawler on to punt. Tanner Douglas standing back at the 10-yard line for Pine-Richland. Fair catch called for. There is a flag. Fair catch is taken at about the 14 by Tanner Douglas. Our referee today, Anthony Montana. Well, looks like they're going to pick up the flag, so we'll step aside. 7:16 to play first quarter, and Philip Jerkovic will have the football when we come back.
Take a look at these barbecue trophies. Best cracked pepper sauce. Most ribs eaten while calf roping.
Yep. Greatness deserves recognition. You got any trophies, cowboy?
Yeah, well, there's this one.
Best insurance mobile app.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Well, I'll be. Does that thing just follow you around?
Like a little puppy.
The award-winning Geico app. Download it today.
Arby's spent months crafting a tasty Italian antipasto salad as a sandwich alternative. Whoops! It's a sandwich! Arby's, we have the meats.
Tonight's been great.
Yeah.
You look amazing. You take after your mom. She's hot.
No winter, shh. The subtle fragrance of Axe Black.
In New York, you got to deal with New York. The U.S. Open begins Monday, only on ESPN.
The 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Look from up above at First Federal Lakewood Stadium here in Lakewood, Ohio, from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. You can kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. That's the Wingfoot 2, the name of our ship, based in nearby Akron, Ohio. Adam Bassaran, our pilot. Jay DeWan operating the camera up there. It's great to have the Goodyear blimp here today.
How about that?
All right, Pine-Richland has the football for the first time, so we get to say hello to impressive junior Philip Jerkovic. They split the backs out, 5 wide, empty. Screen pass is caught up to the 21-yard line for a gain of 6. Reception by Ray Falcone.
And here you can see Pine-Richland already back up on the line of scrimmage. Their goal, run 80 plays a game. High-tempo team.
Fakes the handoff to Crawford, now being chased by 4 gold shirts and can't turn the corner. Antonio Hills, number 7, gets to him. Will be a gain of 1, maybe 2. Hills helped to his feet after making the tackle.
Yeah, and there was some sort of miscommunication there on the read. You tell Jerkovic did the best he could getting the outside, but you see Antonio Hills. He's going to be a key defensive player, number 7 for St. Ed's. Great speed off the edge. Going to look to contain and also get after the quarterback, Jerkovic.
Pine-Richland looking at a 3rd down and about 3 on this, their first possession. Throws it wide open, complete. There goes Crawford down the middle of the field, makes a cut. Hit from behind, eventually brought down at the 28-yard line of St. Edwards. A 51-yard pass completion to Crawford. Omar Fata eventually there to bring him down.
In this man-to-man coverage, they sneak Crawford right up the middle. No one covers him. You see it right there, wide open space down the middle of the field. The worst place a defense wants to get beat is right in the interior. Great job, great read by Jerkovic.
Jordan Crawford, a junior last year, had 3 TD catches, 2 rushing touchdowns for Pine-Richland, and a long 51-yard reception there. First down from the 28 of St. Edwards. He fakes the handoff. Jurkovec with time, now running out of time. Being chased, throws, finds his man open in the flat. Meckler inside the 10.
And this is what I'm talking about, Mark. A lot of quarterbacks, there's some pressure. They would just go ahead and tuck that and run. He keeps his eyes downfield. To me, that's what makes him a special kind of quarterback.
18-yard pass completion to the running back, Jesse Meckler. And 1st and goal from the 10. Give it to Meckler, hand off, tripped up by Omar Fata for a gain of 2.
And Mark, this kind of tempo, first game of the season, it's about 85, getting ready to be about 90 degrees. You can't practice that. This tempo never looks this fast if you're a defense in practice. And again, first game of the season, great quarterback back there. This pace is tough to defend.
2nd down and goal for Pine-Richland from the 8. Jurkovec fakes the handoff to Meckler, going towards the corner of the end zone. Double covered, but caught. Touchdown, Tommy Camino. Jurkovec put it right on the money, even though Camino was double covered, and Pine-Richland scores first.
St. Edwards lines up in man-to-man coverage, Mark. And Camino just went up and made a play. Nice throw. Nice job high pointing that football.
Chris Handlin will come on for the point after. So Pine-Richland, an impressive 6-play drive going 85 yards. And the point after is up and good. Took just over 2 minutes. An impressive.
Yeah, Camino's number 3 wide receiver, Jurkovec, accurately finds him back corner of the end zone. Coach Kasparovich loves that one, Mark.
This is shaving. Blades here, blades there, smooth there. Whoa, that's not a blade. This is Gillette shielding with lubrication before and after the blades. Shields from irritation for a close, comfortable shave. Pro Shield from Gillette.
What makes Wendy's Baconator different? While other guys use frozen beef from far away, Wendy's only serves fresh beef from ranches close by, so we don't have to freeze it. Add 6 strips of thick Applewood smoked bacon, and Wendy's Baconator isn't just different, it's deliciously different.
Hey, what you doing?
Oh, I'm just looking over mybobs.com. It's great how people can browse or shop, get store locations, track deliveries, and much more.
Great. Keep up the good work.
He is gonna love this.
Welcome to Honda. See anything you like?
Yeah.
Now is the moment to get the Honda Civic you love, voted 2016 North American Car of the Year at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Add style and color to any room with my $199 accent chairs, my Maddox, Sophie, and Teddy. A variety of colors, one untouchable price. Or my Kendra bench.
With hidden storage, only $199 each.
Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, Philip Jurkovec leading Pine-Richland on the scoring drive of 6 plays, going 85 yards in just over 2 minutes. He goes 4 for 4 on that drive, 82 yards. And let's take a look from the blimp.
And Mark, this is what we talk about, the up-tempo. It really just gets you all out of sorts defensively. Look, here's a St. Edwards player on the wrong side, not knowing where his man is supposed to line up. That play is coming right to the line of scrimmage fast, and then go ahead and roll it as they go ahead and get ready to snap the football. Because he's late in position, winds up in bad position on the inside part, and then goes to the corner for the touchdown. Again, that's what tempo does. You're looking around, where's my guy at, where's he lined up, and boom, that football is getting snapped right now.
Big drive for Jurkovec. He had a 51-yard pass completion to Crawford that really kick-started that drive. And they score on their first possession. Chris Handlin with the short kick taken by one of the upmen at the 20. And stopped at the 31 after a kickoff return of about 12 yards. Well, coming up Saturday, September 3rd at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, ABC kicks off the first weekend of the college football season with #1 Alabama taking on 20th ranked USC at the house that Jerry built in Arlington, Texas. The game also streams live on the ESPN app, and watch ESPN.
How about Alabama? No returning quarterback, no problem. They're used to that sort of deal.
That's standard operating procedure for the Tide. Well, second possession here for St. Edward. Had a sustained drive that was stopped inside Pine-Richland territory, their first possession. Handoff and one right up the middle. And Zalesta pulled down at about the 47. He gains 13, tackled by Jordan Crawford.
And a nice job opening up a hole by St. Ed's right side of that offensive line. Good read. That's just straight downhill. Nice job in the secondary.
Yeah, Crawford, who is the starting running back, also the starting cornerback. We'll have to watch with the Heat a number of two-way players for Pine-Richland on their roster. We'll see if they get a little worn down in this heat. Empty backfield. Now Zalesta motions into the backfield with Kramer. Handoff Zalesta. Wrapped up Cam Belay for just a gain of 2.
We talked to Coach Lombardo yesterday. Kevin Kramer, first year starting as a quarterback, even though he's a senior. He said he's our point guard. He's got to be the guy that makes good decisions and really just orchestrates this offense. When do you hand it off? When do you shoot it out on the bubble screen? When do you hit the slant? He has a lot of confidence in the senior quarterback.
Second down and 8. Top of your screen. Watch out for number 5, Cordell Hoover. Give it to Zalesta, though, running left. Turned it upfield where he was met by Jesse Meckler, number 33. And lowered the shoulder to gain about 5. Here's Meckler, a 5'11", 200-pound senior. Also a running back. Also starts at linebacker. Another one of those two-way players. He had a team-high 65 tackles last year. And a third down and 3. Swings it out. Zalesta, though, is swarmed under, and he'll lose a couple of yards. Ryan Duran was the first defender for Pine-Richland to get to him, number 6.
Again, you see the speed on defense of Pine-Richland. Not a ton of big bodies out there, but boy, they run the football. And that was their defensive end, Ryan Duran. Coach loved him, really talked about him a lot this week. Led the team in sacks last year. Outstanding player.
Well, they do a fake punt, but a flag at the snap.
Dead ball, defense, substitution infraction, 5 yards, first down.
Wow. Well, they were going to fake it, St. Ed's, to the upman Omar Fada, but the 5-yard penalty for too many men on the field for Pine-Richland will give St. Edward the first down.
And that is one of those situations that will drive a coach nuts. You got a great stop there. They're getting ready to punt. You got too many men on the field, and you give them a new set of downs.
And it was 4th and 4, so the 5-yard penalty just enough to keep the drive going after the too many men on the field for Pine-Richland. Ty Rice now in the game. They fake the handoff to him, and it's almost intercepted by Ben Yoakum. The safety had a chance to pick that.
And that was one where Kramer could have done a better job reading. He had the tight end, Ryan Rockwell, I thought was even more open. If you look on the replay, you see Rockwell crossing right there. Certainly should have been an interception.
And Mason McManaman was the intended receiver, but Yoakum had that well read. Eric Kasparovich, the head coach for Pine-Richland, who played at Pitt. Now in his 6th season as the head coach for the Rams. Gives straight ahead, tumbling forward to the 36. Goes Ty Rice. Tommy Camino, linebacker, comes up to make the tackle. Ty Rice was the backup to Zalesta at that running back spot. His dad, Harry, played football at Akron. Tylen, by the way, also runs track for St. Ed's. Looking at a third down and about 4. Fakes the handoff to Zalesta and falls forward. He lost the football at the end, but it looked like he was down. No, now one official is saying that Pine-Richland has possession. Well, now he changes it. He changed it back. He pointed the wrong direction.
Yeah, certainly on the first look to me, his knee was down. But there's the elbow. Once the elbow hits, not the hand, but the elbow hits, then he is considered down. So ground calls a fumble there.
Yeah, definitely down. But a first down. In motion goes Devin Maddox. They fake the jet sweep to him. They make a shot for the end zone and has him. Cordell Hoover, touchdown, St. Edward.
And this is what a good running game does. It makes defenders hesitant. They're constantly, hey, we got to go up and go get an extra man in that box. And the defensive back was froze, and a nice job by Kramer hitting him in stride.
Well, St. Edward only returning 5 starters from last year's state championship team. Only a couple on offense, but one of those returners is Cordell Hoover, wide receiver who has that touchdown reception there. Lane Stencil out of the hole to Pat Walsh. Up and through, and St. Ed's ties it up on an 8-play, 67-yard drive, and a key too many men on the field penalty kept that drive alive.
No question about it, but then it was Cordell Hoover, nice sized target. The Eagles are back in business.
It's the Labor Day mattress event at Ashley Home Store. For a limited time, get this Ashley Sleep Queen Power Set for just $19.99. That's just $21 per month with 8 years no interest. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. Did you know Verizon has more than 3 times the 4G LTE coverage of Sprint?
And I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. Pretty much the same coverage if you squint.
You are not Jamie Foxx. Sprint is last nationally in 4G LTE coverage.
Well, who's gonna know that?
What about the left side of the country, huh? This part of Texas, California, New York, etc.
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Does desiring less lunch mean my lunch should be any less desirable? No. Firehouse Subs Hook and Ladder Light boasts all the flavor you love with fewer calories for only $5.49. Firehouse Subs, the hero of all subs.
A matchup of a team from Cleveland and a team from Pittsburgh. Pine-Richland and St. Edward tied at 7 with just over a minute to go in this first quarter from Lakewood, Ohio. Well, the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff actually got underway last night on ESPNU, and it runs through tomorrow. And here's a look at all the sites, the 10 sites for football, including another down at Nippert Stadium.
Yes, my alma mater high school, St. Xavier. They'll take on John Bosco from California. A nice ESPN 300 players and for both squads there.
Well, ESPN's coverage of high school football beginning this weekend with the Geico High School Football Kickoff. It continues with a full slate of regular season games. And you can get the latest from the recruiting trail with Recruiting Nation, Thursdays at 6 Eastern on ESPNU. And the season ends with the Under Armour High School All-America game January 1st on ESPN. And then the nation's top players choose their college officially on February 1 with the all-day coverage of National Signing Day on ESPNU. Mason Lawler kicking off for St. Edward. Line drive spiral. Meckler takes it at the 23. Battles his way up to the 35. Jesse Meckler on the return for Pine-Richland. Second opportunity for the Rams offense. And Philip Jerkovic.
Jerkovic, we talked about his size, 6'5", 205. He's only going to get bigger. Mark, I shook his hand before the game, and you want to talk about a big mitt. He's got a big hand. You talk about those, a lot of those quarterback coaches, they talk about how important that is, having a big hand to be able to hold on to the football. Guys are always trying to bat that thing away. So just one of the many measurables of Phil Jerkovic.
He's verbally committed to Notre Dame. A lot of offers there from all the big boys, Alabama, Ohio State, locally from Pitt, Penn State, and a lot more.
And we talked to him this week. He said, look, I always loved Notre Dame, grew up loving Notre Dame, so it was sort of an easy choice.
Under pressure, Jerkovic can take off. This is what he does so well. Hangs on to the football as he's wrapped up at the 45 of St. Edward by Antonio Hills, but a 19-yard run for Jurkovic.
And that's what makes him so dangerous, Mark. St. Edward's defense gets up past the quarterback, opens up the running lane, and a guy with his speed can kill you, and you saw it on that play.
Great numbers last year, over 2,000 passing, over 1,000 rushing. Fakes the handoff. He's going to take a deep shot and has his man wide open. Touchdown into the end zone. Raymond Falcone, 45-yard touchdown strike.
Looks like they caught him in zone here. Jurkovic eyes downfield the whole time. He knew where he wanted to go with that football. Nice catch by Falcone.
Well, after a 6-play drive that went 85 yards on their first possession, resulting in a touchdown, this requires just 2 plays, going 64 yards, and Chris Hanlon's extra point gives Pine-Richland back the lead at 14-7, and Jurkovic now a combined 5 for 5, 127 passing yards, 2 TDs, and they've only had the football twice.
One thing you like to do when you watch a great young quarterback, you try to compare him to somebody, right? And I was doing that all week, especially him, like I said, being a dual threat guy, and not just because he's going to Notre Dame, but I saw a lot of Deshaun Kaiser. First there you see the height. Both those guys 6'4", 6'5". Now Kaiser in high school was 216. Jurkovic just 205, but still a junior. He's got plenty of frame to put some extra weight on. And you see that 4.91, that he ran that at one of those camps down in Columbus called The Opening. He is much faster than that. He's around a 4.5 speed mark as you see him running away from guys. A true dual threat guy, as we said, can throw from the pocket, but can also tuck it and run it. When we talked to Tom Lombardo, St. Ed's head coach, we asked him, what's the biggest thing you're worried about Jurkovic? The first thing he mentioned I thought was interesting was his running ability. Here's a great guy that can throw from the pocket and a great arm, but mentioned his running ability, and we've seen it a couple times here already today.
So a hot start for Philip Jurkovic already, the Notre Dame commit. So St. Edward has had the ball twice, scored 1 touchdown. Pine-Richland has had the ball twice and put it in the end zone both times and lead it by 7 with just 44 seconds left in the first quarter from Lakewood, Ohio. Chris Hanlon's kickoff. Taking it to 12 by Hoover. Hoover broke 1 tackle and another. A spin move, jumps over another defender, had his mouthpiece knocked out. It went flying, and he's eventually brought down at about the 38-yard line. Nice return for Cordell Hoover. Well, coming up Sunday, September 4th, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Speak of the Fighting Irish. It's the first week of the college football season. ABC will have the game of the day. Notre Dame, 10th ranked, takes on Texas down in Austin.
What quarterback are we going to see, Mark? Malik Zaire, Deshaun Kaiser, probably seeing both. That's what Brian Kelly has seemed to alluded to the other day.
And Kevin Kramer, the senior. He hands off. And some running room coming right for Zalesta. Picks up about 7 to the 41. Tripped up by safety Ben Yoakum.
Ben Yoakum last year was a great wide receiver for him, but he had a broken patella, and he came back, and they worried about him playing both ways. But he plays that adjuster position on defense where moves all around the field. He'll be on the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he'll line up as a linebacker, as a safety. A really fun position to play in high school football, that adjuster spot.
Yoakum said he wouldn't mind being a doctor someday. We come to the end of the first quarter. What a first quarter for the Pine-Richland quarterback, Philip Jurkovic. Couple of touchdown passes. That was the first one and went for 8 yards and a 45-yarder to Falcone. 14-7. Pine-Richland leads after 1 quarter.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. This is the Chevy Malibu. It was awarded Most Dependable Midsize Car by J.D. Power.
It looks great. Wow. What is happening? Oh my gosh, it's going up.
But the Malibu's not the only vehicle that was awarded.
This is mind-blowing.
The Chevy Camaro, Equinox, and Silverado HD were awarded Most Dependable as well.
This is extremely impressive. There's so many.
Doing it once, yeah, great job. 4 times, obviously, they're doing something right.
Absolutely.
It's game day, baby. Woo! Got it, baby. Say yeah.
Oh, let's not going to be blitzing on me hard.
Go get this W tonight.
I need 4 quarters from you. For your family. For this town. You're on offense now. Right. Let's go. Push. Go. To the line. To the line. Now you're ready.
Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. Then you say, go slow, I fall behind.
We all want what's best for our kids. Introducing McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, made with 100% white meat chicken and no artificial colors, flavors, and now no artificial preservatives.
To avoid pressure, you need to be nimble and sense what's going on all around you.
Or you can try Clearly Better car buying. We never apply pressure.
At #1 Cochrane Hyundai, you'll find 0 pressure and 0 payments until 2017. Plus, all of this on Elantra and Sonata models. Looking to lease? Drive the 2017 Elantra from just $139 a month. Or Sonata, now $159 a month. At #1 Cochrane Hyundai.
This is our Colby sofa and love seat, only $7.99. And this is our competitors. Same look, but a whopping $17.99.
Ours has contemporary flair, coordinating toss pillows, all with Bobopedic memory foam seating for extreme comfort.
And of course, an untouchable value, $7.99.
And this is about how much sofa $7.99 will get you at our competitors.
Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome back to the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff, part of the Summer of Next presented by Geico. Looking from the Goodyear blimp here in Lakewood, Ohio, into the second quarter. Pine-Richland from the Pittsburgh area leading the host team, St. Edward, 14-7. St. Ed ball. They have a 2nd down and 6 upcoming from their own 42. So interesting as we head here into quarter number 2. Kramer throws, quick strike and a completion. Cordell Hoover up to the 41 of Pine-Richland. Gain of 16. Well, in the first quarter, you look at average gain per play. And in that first quarter, Pine-Richland was averaging over 18 yards a play. St. Edward just over 5.
Yeah, anytime you can pick up yards in big chunks like that, it certainly helps your offense, and you're seeing it right here for Pine-Richland.
And a gain of 16 on their first play of the second quarter. Zalesta motions into the backfield. Kramer hands it off to him straight ahead. Curtis Zalesta, the senior who took over for Cole Guest, the impressive running back from a year ago, who's now at Indiana. Gain of 8.
And I'm impressed right now with the reads of Kevin Kramer again. He comes to that line of scrimmage. He has a run-pass option. He's got to read that defensive end. Do you give the ball, do you keep it, or do you shoot it out to the bubble screen? And right now today, I think he's made the right decision most times.
Over 50 yards rushing already for Zalesta. 2nd down and 2. More Zalesta, but he's wrapped up. We'll see where they give him forward progress. Ryan Duran was the one that initially got to him in the backfield, and then also Cam Belay, number 2. I'm going to say he loses 3 on that play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. And so far today, St. Ed 3 for 5 on 3rd down.
See Cordell Hoover to the top of your screen. He had the touchdown catch earlier, a nice one-on-one matchup. We'll see if he goes to him.
And they got him to jump. Well, it was a penalty of too many men on the field that helped extend the drive last time for St. Ed. Pine-Richland saying they were drawn offside, but this would be a big call because if it's against Pine-Richland, it's going to be a 1st down, and that's going to be the case. 1st down, St. Ed's.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense, number 22, 5 yards. 1st down.
Get that on the nose tackle, Neiman Nowitzki.
Looks like the defenders saw that motion going. Their eyes were in the backfield there instead of looking at that football. Nice discipline there by St. Ed's.
The penalty gives St. Edward a first down from the 32 of Pine-Richland here in the opening couple of minutes of quarter number 2. Gonna keep it. Kramer. Nice run for the quarterback from St. Ed's. Inside the 25. Brought down by cornerback Tanner Douglas, and a 9-yard gain for the QB.
Another great job on the read. Defensive end crashes down on the dive. Kramer keeps the ball for a nice 8-yard gain.
St. Ed's definitely wants to slow the pace down. We've seen how quickly Pine-Richland can score.
That's a good idea. We thought it would be that case coming in, and it's certainly been the case so far in this football game.
Zalesta trying to run right, bounces off a tackle, and then falls forward to about the 15. And Cameron Belay was the one that kind of upended him, but he kept his feet long enough to gain 8 yards.
Nice job. We talked about Celesta earlier being a hockey player. Got to figure that helps you when you're trying to be a running back and breaking tackles. Always churning, moving forward. You see breaking the tackle there. About an extra 6-7 yards after contact.
Celesta says he has an interest in Army and the Naval Academy. He'd like to be a naval pilot someday. Kramer keeping. Spun away from one tackle, trying to get away from another, but he's inside the 10-yard line where he's tackled there. Nice running by Kevin Kramer, the 6'2", 185-pound senior QB, a gain of 7. Look at big number 71, Grant Kerrigan, who last week verbally committed to Pittsburgh. Second down and about 3. Kramer gives it up. Zalesta straight up the middle inside the 5, and he'll have the first down. It'll be first and goal. St. Ed's from just inside the 5-yard line of Pine-Richland.
It's clear that St. Edwards thinks they have the advantage in terms of the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line, this high school is known for years and years of having a really big, disciplined, powerful offensive line, and I think they're going to really try to establish that and just keep chipping away at some of these smaller body guys for Pine-Richland.
Back-to-back state titles at the Division I level for the St. Edward Eagles. That's the highest classification as far as enrollment. Straight ahead into the end zone, touchdown. Curtis Zalesta with the running touchdown of 4 yards for St. Ed's.
Nothing fancy about this one. They did pull a guard, but just a nice job. Coach Lombardo talked about the vision of Curtis Zalesta. Punches it in.
Well, last year Zalesta had 6 touchdown runs in that backup role to Cole Guest. It's his first of the year. And the point after caps off the 9-play, 62-yard drive that they used just under 5 minutes.
Well, look, Mark, nothing fancy about it here on this play. Pull a lineman, and then just right up the gut, keep chipping, pounding away. That Pine-Richland defense, we're tied up at 14.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
No one warned us. No one said you were going to lose both engines at a lower altitude than any jet in history.
Simulations showed that you could make it back to the airport.
Not possible. I felt it go. Brace for impact.
What? Brace! Heads down!
What if I did get this wrong?
People call you a hero.
I don't feel like a hero.
Is anyone still here?
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
MLS Heineken Rivalry Week has 3 incredible matchups coming to you live tomorrow.
The 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, an important drive for St. Edward to match the touchdown, as Jurkovic has shown that Pine-Richland can strike and strike quickly. But it's a tie game at 14. Jurkovic, though, is going to get the football next.
Yeah, so far, nice reads. Finding the open wide receiver here in the first game of the season. Hanging tough in the pocket. And I really love how, again, the eyes always seem to be downfield. The offensive line, you got to give them some credit for keeping a nice pocket for him. But there you see on the deep ball. How about that? 16 years old. He was born in 1999, which makes me, the fact that my first year at Notre Dame was 1998, feel, you know, especially old right now.
Yeah, he won't turn 17 for a while. A very precocious 16-year-old who's already verbaled, as we mentioned, to Notre Dame.
And that's what makes Mike Sanford, the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame, so excited about this kid. You already see the ability, but then you see young, 16 years old, the frame, 6'5", 200 pounds, still plenty of room to put more weight on. Nothing but upside for Jurkovic.
Line drive kick, though it was touched beyond the end zone, it went into the end zone. And per the high school rules in Ohio and most of the 50 states, Texas being one of the exceptions, once it goes into the end zone, it cannot be returned regardless. So this time, Jurkovic is going to start from the 20. Now, granted, St. Ed's has had one extra possession, but you look at time of possession. In that 2 minutes and 43 seconds for Pine-Richland, they've run 8 plays. 26 plays run now so far by St. Ed's.
Yeah, it's really cool to see two different styles of offense, but I would say both offenses are playing the game they want. You see Pine-Richland, they want to score quickly, put points on the board, but St. Ed's controlling that clock.
Jurkovic swings it out to Crawford out of the backfield. He's up the far sideline before he's run out of bounds at about the 26 for a gain of 6. That was Mitch O'Hara, one of the linebackers over at the sideline to get to him. This no huddle, hurry up, spread offense to Pine-Richland, ready to go again. And this time the handoff to Jordan Crawford, but he is met by Deshane Bloodworth, who's the senior starting quarterback.
How crucial would a stop he'd be here, Mark? Get the ball, get him the punt, get the ball in good field position, take some more time off that clock.
Just to show that you can stop Jurkovic
yeah, exactly.
in this offense.
They haven't yet so far today.
So 3rd and 3. So far today, Pine-Richland has converted their only third down opportunity, 1 for 1. Jurkovic's going to take it himself, but he has stood up and met by Tyler Radzowitz.
You know, critical moment of the game. You like the fact that Jurkovic likes the football in his hand, but just a good job of playing the line of scrimmage well by St. Edward. Stands him up.
And he's a little short. It's 4th and less than a yard, and they're looking like they're going to go for it. Now keep in mind that Jurkovic can punt from this situation, but he's going to hand it off. They are going for it, and Jordan Crawford looks like he got just enough. It will be close.
It's going to be close. His knee went down, looked really close to that line of scrimmage. A very risky call here on your own 30-yard line.
And where they spotted there at the 30, that's a first down since they started at the 20. Knee down right there. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. So they convert on 4th and 1 from their own 29-yard line. Jurkovic steps up now, feels pressure from behind, throws a laser beam strike, caught by Crawford dropped it. Had it, juggled it, lost it. But it was in the hands of Jordan Crawford momentarily.
Jurkovic was very close to getting that ball batted out of his hand. Looked like it was Hills coming in, almost just gets to it. Jurkovic releases it, ball's right on point, it's ready to go, and that's just an example, Mark, of a receiver trying to make a play and run with the football before he had it secured.
Crawford, a guy who not only can run the football, but catch as well. Had 3 TD catches last year, 2 rushing touchdowns a year ago. Jurkovic faked the handoff to Meckler, and here he goes. Took a big hit, bounces off that hit, and down the sideline before he's tackled out of bounds at the 38 of St. Ed's. Well, Melvin Jackson came up and put a shoulder on him. But Jurkovic stayed on his feet and probably gained another 10 or 12 yards.
Well, first of all, you tell me that's 4.9 speed. That looks a little closer to 4.5. And then here we see it. Boom, laying the shoulder down, stays up. Nice sized quarterback. Boy, if I'm a high school player, I don't want to tackle him either.
31-yard run, and then just out of reach of Tanner Douglas, who had his man beat. Close to being another touchdown. Now, Philip Jurkovic with still just under 6 minutes left in this first half has shown us why he has already committed at 16 years old.
He has delivered. He certainly has here today.
He is the real deal at this point.
Good, mild-mannered kid. He asked the coach, what do you like best about him? He's a hard worker, loves the game of football.
Meckler turns it upfield to about the 32-yard line with the senior Jesse Meckler.
St. Edward's defense has no answer right now. No answer in the run game, no answer in the pass game, no answer in monitoring the quarterback run game. It's pretty much all Pine-Richland offense at this point.
And St. Edward is going to use a timeout here, their first of the half, to stop it with 5:37 to play here in half number one. Pine-Richland and St. Edward tied at 14.
Hard to overstate the energy, the anticipation.
Welcome to college football.
Start the school year off right with EXP from Armstrong. EXP equals Zoom, the area's fastest internet, plus reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home, plus television service powered by TiVo. Whether you're deep diving for a massive research project, catching up on your favorite show during a study break, or anything in between, EXP is the answer. When it comes to whole home entertainment, EXP makes the grade. Armstrong, one wire, infinite possibilities.
The first snap, the first tackle, the first touchdown. Your first look starts here. Get back to football with every preseason game, including 16 live, August 11th through September 4th, only on NFL Network.
Armstrong, one wire, infinite possibilities.
.538 to play, second quarter. From Lakewood, Ohio, Pine-Richland from the Pennsylvania area, St. Edward from here in the Cleveland area. Tied at 14. Well, a little bit of a win here for the defense for St. Ed, because the first 8 plays run by Pine-Richland, they averaged 18 yards per play and a couple of touchdowns. Last 8 plays, they're still averaging almost 6 yards per play, but doing a little better job of containing.
But Mark, how critical was that 4th down play where they pick up the first down? Looked like St. Ed's had them out in 3 downs. They pick up the first, and now they pick it up.
Jason DeFrancis, the intended receiver, couldn't come up with it. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Now, I'll imagine they'll go for it here, especially considering the area field, but also that head coach Eric Kasparovich said he's not fully confident in his kicking game at this point, so we'll see.
All spotted just outside the 33-yard line of St. Ed's. Pine-Richland converted a 4th and 1 earlier on this drive. Now, there's no play clock here in the state of Ohio, and eventually Pine-Richland decides they'll use their first timeout to discuss their options here on 4th down and 4. Well, Pine-Richland High School, they're in the Pittsburgh area, north side of Pittsburgh. And of course, you think Western Pennsylvania, think about all the terrific quarterbacks that have come out of that area. Go back to George Blanda back in '45. Johnny Yu out of St. Justin's. How about Beaver Falls Joe back in '61? Joe Montana. Don't forget about Jim Kelly. And then Dan Marino, who went to Central Catholic High School. They're the defending champions in the state of Pennsylvania. They're also a big rival of Pine-Richland. Great pedigree.
Yeah, great pedigree, and certainly Phil Jerkovich trying to add his name to that list one day as well.
Impressive numbers through the air, 6 of 9, 133 yards, a couple of touchdown throws.
And I think it's important to point out, we've seen everything we talked about before the game. We've seen him running the football. We've seen him throwing the ball well. We've seen him keeping those plays alive. So far, already just a half into this football game, we're seeing all elements of Phil Jerkovich.
Going forward on 4th down, but a whistle at the snap and another timeout called by Pine-Richland prior to the snap, so they use their second timeout. For Eric Kasparovich, the head coach. Coming up on Monday, September 5th here on ESPN, 11th ranked Ole Miss faces Heisman hopeful running back Dalvin Cook and 4th ranked Florida State. Great matchup there. It's part of a terrific kickoff weekend. Coverage begins 8 p.m. Eastern from Orlando, and the game also streams live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN.
Talk about great dual threat quarterbacks. Add Chad Kelly's name to that list. Great runner, great thrower. He's in Heisman contention as well.
There's Dalvin Cook, impressive running back for Florida State. Had a few hamstring issues last year that limited his season, but that's a guy that probably have to throw in one of the best running backs in the nation as well.
Well, you're right. You said if he can stay healthy, he may be the most explosive running back in college football. See number 21 back in 2014 on the ESPN 300 list, and he's lived up to that hype here in college.
All right, here's the 4th down and 4 again for Pine-Richland from the 33-yard line of St. Ed's. Jerkovich deflected, caught. Did he get in bounds? He did. Tyler King, after the deflection by Matthew Duffy, came away with that right on the sideline, and it's a 1st down for Pine-Richland.
Tyler King, that H-back kind of position. Great play by Duffy, popping that ball in the air, but nice presence of mind, catching the ball and then getting the feet down in bounds.
On a 4th and 4, they convert for 8 yards, and the screen, Falcone to the 22, brought down by cornerback Melvin Jackson, a gain of 3.
And as a former defensive player, Mark, I can tell you, when a team converts 2 4th downs on a drive, very demoralizing for that defense. They've been out there a long time. It's hot, this up-tempo offense. This is tough stuff for this D.
5 receivers for Jerkovich, and of course he has his legs, but turns right into the defender. Got away from one, a second, but then he's swarmed under back at the 32-yard line. He'll lose 10 yards. A bunch of gold jerseys there for St. Ed's to bring him down.
And that's exactly what St. Ed's needed at this point, a negative play. And Jerkovich tried to take off with that football, but he was just corralled. Nice swarming job getting to that football by St. Ed's.
That's the first play for negative yardage run by Pine-Richland today. And it lost 10, 3rd and 18. Jerkovich running around again. Now he's in a crowd. He's going to be brought down, sacked once again. They're going to mark him down at about the 37. Antonio Hills and Justin Harold wrapped him up. And now it's going to be 4th and a mile. Line to gain will be the 15. They're spotted at the 36.
You see Antonio Hills right there. Coach Lombardo talked about how crucial he was to this scheme today, getting after the quarterback. You see he pressures Jerkovich, pushes him up in the pocket, but also a good job by the rest of the team not allowing any open holes there for Jerkovich to run.
There's the pooch punt, and where it sails, it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Now, Jerkovich last year punted about a dozen times as well, and there's his first pooch punt of the season. So 3:42 left here in this first half.
We're going to prove just how wet and sticky your current gel antiperspirant is. Now, we're going to show you how Degree Dry Spray is different. Degree Dry Spray. Degree, it won't let you down.
I'm Jamie Foxx for Verizon. In the nation's largest independent study by Root Metrics, again, Verizon is the #1 network.
Hi, I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. And I'm Jamie Foxx for T-Mobile. And we're just as good.
Really? What national awards have you won?
None.
Exactly. Only Verizon was ranked #1 nationally in data, reliability, text and call, and speed. Yeah. And you're gonna fist pump today?
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
The Range Rover Sport. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Introducing Carrabba's new family bundles. Choose one of 6 favorites, plus a large salad to make a carry-out dinner for the whole family starting at $34.99. It's carry-out without the compromise. Carrabba's, this is how you do Italian.
Matt Schick here in the studio. Coming up at the half, Tom Luganville, National Recruiting Director, will join me. He will break down Philip Jurkovic's impressive first half. We'll also talk about the next McCaffrey, Dylan McCaffrey, on our air later on today on ESPN. See you at half.
2 sacks. Matt, thanks so much. Look forward to you and Lugs there at the half. Well, a little change here as far as where that ball was spotted on the pooch punt by Jurkovic. One official was motioning touchback, but then the official on the near side marched up the sideline and said it went out at the 10. So that is where St. Ed's will start with 3:40 to go in this first half. 14-14 game.
And Mark, you got to talk about what a great job by that St. Edward's defense. A 14-play drive, took 3:22 off the clock, 2 fourth-down conversions. They still hold to a punt. That's a nice job.
Straight ahead for a gain of just a couple for Zalesta. Wrapped up by Tyler King for a gain of 2. So now a little hurry up for St. Ed's. Kramer taking a shot. His man has to wait, but then brought down. Ryan Rockwell, the tight end, used his height of 6'5" to come down with that.
Nice sized target, 6'5", Ryan Rockwell. Good job by Kramer finding the open wide receiver. But you pointed out, Mark, see St. Edward's offense running some up-tempo now, getting right to the line of scrimmage, no huddle.
After the gain of 24 on the catch by Rockwell, pickup of about 4 by the running back Curtis Zalesta.
And there's just now under 3 minutes on the clock, but a lot of times you'll see these offenses go up-tempo to kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm here. Seems to be helping so far.
St. Ed's has 2 timeouts remaining. Pine-Richland has used all but 1 of theirs here in the first half. And Kramer to throw on second down to the sideline. The catch is made at midfield by Cordell Hoover. Runs up the sideline. Let's see where they mark him out. Left the defender in his wake. And it's going to be a first down at the 47-yard line of Pine-Richland. Gain of 13. Evan Kramer had to wait his turn to get the starting job. Last year's starter Jimmy Keefe, who's now at Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania. Taking a shot down the sideline, a little too far. That went out of reach of Hoover. Raymond Falcone, free safety, came over and had the coverage late.
And they had him on a double move by Cordell Hoover over there. Had a step, better pass. Would have been a nice completion there for St. Edwards.
So the incompletion stops the clock with 2:31 left in this first half. Second down and 10. St. Ed's at the 47 of Pine-Richland. Ty Rice now in the backfield. In motion, they fake the jet sweep to Maddox, and it's a run for the quarterback, Kevin Kramer, and he lowered the shoulder at the end of that run and gets all the way up to about the 32, a 15-yard gain.
Nice job again on the read. You see the lineman pulls around. That middle opens up wide, and you see Kramer lowering the shoulder. And just like college football, the clock stops until they move the chains and now starts back up, getting ready to be just under 2:10.
Kramer fakes the pitch and underthrows the intended receiver, Devin Maddox. That'll stop it. 2:06 to go. Numbers on Kramer right now, 6 of 10, 89 yards. You know, watching them in practice yesterday, and I know it's not live action against a real opponent, but he was very accurate in what we saw in there.
Very accurate, and he has some sauce behind those throws too. He's got a nice whip, good throwing motion. And we're seeing it so far today.
His backup Zach Kincaid also very accurate in that practice yesterday at St. Ed's. On the read, he's going to keep, gives a stiff arm. Kramer inside the 20 and carries a couple of tacklers all the way down near the 10, and a late flag comes in after a 21-yard run by Kevin Kramer.
And Kevin Kramer is saying, look, I'm tired of hearing about this Phil Jurkovec guy. I can run the ball as well.
And a face mask at the end is going to add to the run.
Personal foul, face mask, half the distance, first down.
There's the impressive run by Kramer, then watch at the end.
Right there as he's going to the ground.
Zalesta into the end zone, touchdown. Second touchdown run of the game for Curtis Zalesta, and St. Edward leads for the first time today.
And what an impressive drive. That drive started at the 10-yard line. Boom, 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 all the way down the field. They score. I guess the only bad part about that drive is you leave 1:44 on the clock for this explosive Pine-Richland offense.
Yeah, it was an eternity for Pine-Richland and Jurkovec. The extra point is true for Blaine Stencil. But here's a point. Those first couple of drives, so impressive for Pine-Richland, but here's the home team, St. Edward, after a 9-play, 90-yard drive, and they lead for the first time.
And here's a touchdown run. Same thing we've been seeing, a little inside zone action. And Celeste, square to the line of scrimmage, finds the hole and just punches it right in. And you can tell emotionally, you look at the sideline for St. Ed's over there, they got a lot of juice off of that drive there as they take the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, our 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff actually got going last night on ESPNU. We're the first game of the day today. We'll send it to the Denver area, where Saguaro out of Arizona will play Valor Christian at 3:30 Eastern Time here on ESPN, with Mike Cousins and Cole Kublik on the call of that. But how about that matchup on ESPN2? Couple of them. IMG against Grayson and Bishop Gorman from the Vegas area against Cedar Hill, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, these are all the top programs in the country. Historically, you hear about them, and they're all playing on this opening week of high school football here on ESPN.
Let's take a look at our USA Today Sports Super 25 ranking. St. Thomas Aquinas from down in the Fort Lauderdale area right now ranked #1. We saw the matchup, Grayson and IMG 2 and 4, and Bishop Gorman and Cedar Hill 3 and 5.
You see number 7 there, Cole Rain, and from my hometown Cincinnati, they got a great player, Amir Reap, number 4 ranked player in Ohio, going to attend Ohio State.
Mason Lawler's kickoff will go into the end zone, so Philip Jurkovec and Pine-Richland will have 1:44 to work with, one timeout, and they will begin this drive at their own 20.
And as we've seen so far in this game, an absolute eternity for Jurkovec to work with at 1:44 here.
Well, on their first possession of the game, they needed only 2:12, then just 35 seconds on their second possession for their second TD. This is their fourth possession. Their last one resulted in a pooch punt. Here's Jurkovec. Pressured again. Rolls out left, sets up, takes a deep strike, and the defender had been knocked down. No flag. Riley Bombick almost came away with the interception, but somehow Tanner Douglas, who had been pulled to the ground, no flag. And Pine-Richland shaking their heads right now.
I mean, he was shoved to the ground. Look at this. I mean, and the referee is literally right there, and no flag comes out. Wow.
That's the reaction from Eric Kasparovich, the head coach of Pine-Richland, after the no call. I guess the only thing the back judge there can be thinking is that the feet got tangled up unintentionally, but that didn't look to be what we saw from this angle.
Yeah, either that or, I mean, couldn't say the ball was uncatchable. I don't know what he saw there.
Well, it's 2nd down and 10 with 1:32 to play. Again, 1 timeout for Pine-Richland.
Blitz.
Here's the pitch. Here's Meckler. Brought down. Clock will continue to roll. And Meckler, who wears number 33 because his dad Jesse also wore number 33 when he was playing high school football. Clock running, 1:10 to go. Again, Meckler turns it upfield, and he'll have a 1st down. They convert the 3rd and short. And a late flag comes flying in. That's going against St. Ed's. A personal foul against the Eagles.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense number 9, 1st down.
They called on number, it was 34 that did the clap, and I thought that might have been what they called there, but they read off number 9. I don't know.
Boy, if it was the clapping, that seemed very,
pretty,
yeah, that's picky.
I mean, come on.
It may have been something we didn't see in that shot. Just over a minute to go. In fact, clock running under a minute now. 1st down from their own 47-yard line for Pine-Richland. Jerkovic sets up, screen, caught, juggled by Tanner Douglas, and then he was hit and bumped down by Matthew Duffy. He's going to maybe lose a yard or so there.
It was great diagnosis on that play by Matt Duff. He saw that bubble screen, that play formulating right from the get-go, shot his gun, made a nice tackle.
Meanwhile, clock running, 25 seconds left. Jerkovic taking a shot down the near sideline, has his man in stride. Falcone inside the 10 with 17 seconds left in the half. 46-yard gain.
Well, this is an offense, Mark, that has a lot of just in-space kind of wide receivers, but Ray Falcone is their deep threat. We saw it right there. Tremendous speed down the sideline and a nice throw by Jerkovic.
So the Pine-Richland Rams will use their final timeout of the 1st half. They'll have a 1st and goal from the 7 after this throw from Jerkovic.
On the outside shoulder where the defender can't get a hand on it. Perfect throw and a nice catch. We said the speed by Falcone getting behind that defender.
So 17 seconds left. Well, prior to that throw, you're looking at a defense for St. Edward that if they can keep them off the board, just looking at this objectively, I would think, wow, St. Ed's up by 7, especially after the way the game began, where Pine-Richland scored convincingly and quickly on their first 2 possessions. But here they are with a chance to tie.
Yeah, but you're right. It would have been certainly a win and a good feeling going into that locker room. But now Pine-Richland has 17 seconds to get another score, and they've shown today they have a strong ability to do that.
Second-year head coach Tom Lombardo, who also won a state title not only last year, but he won one at the Division III level in Ohio with Lake Catholic back in 2001. It's 17 seconds. He lost the football, and a flag comes out, but Jerkovic jumps back on it. Went under center.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5 yards, 1st down.
And that explains why Jerkovic probably had an issue with the snap. So that'll move him to the 12. And 3 seconds went off the clock that they're going to have to put back on, which they now do. So back up to 17 seconds. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 12-yard line for Pine-Richland. Well, it was the first time that Jerkovic's been under center all day. And he had an issue with the snap.
That's the thing. If you don't take those snaps, a lot of times when you do have to do it, it can be tough.
Spinning. Reception, King. Tyler King pulled down before he can get to the pylon. He's down at the 2, maybe the 1. It's looked like they'll take a look. Yep, they're going to spot it at the 1. 8. No timeouts, but again, there's no play clock here in the state of Ohio, so there's no immediate urgency for Pine-Richland. Jurkovic into the end zone, touchdown. Well, if he stopped there with no timeouts, they're going to come away with no points.
Yeah, they're not going to get another playoff. You're right.
But Jurkovic with the touchdown run with 4 seconds left.
And you just knew in this critical part of the game here, Jurkovic wanted to keep that ball, wanted it in his hands, and he does just that, punches it in for the touchdown.
So Jurkovic adds a 1-yard touchdown run to his resume here late in the first half, and this to tie it. And he missed it. It went wide left. Well, St. Edward, barring something extremely strange, is going to go to the locker room with the lead here at the end of the half after the missed extra point. A 21-20 St. Ed's lead with 4 seconds remaining in the first half. And Matt Schick, Tom Luganville standing by in the studio once we're finished here with half number 1 from Lakewood, Ohio. Here's a look at the extra point.
And I thought the outside defender on the left may have got a hand on it, but it looks like he just
hooked it left.
Pulled it to the left, yeah.
Chris Hanlon, the sophomore place kicker. So it's a 21-20 game. Look at some of the pageantry going on. First Federal Lakewood Stadium in Lakewood, Ohio. We're just a little bit west of downtown Cleveland. Also not far from the shores of Lake Erie. First ever matchup between these two schools. Pine-Richland of the North Pittsburgh suburbs. St. Edward Eagles. Their campus just about a quarter-mile away from this field here in Lakewood, Ohio. And Squibbit, and taken at the 23, and time will run out here in the first half after the run back by Seth Burke. Well, our score here at the intermission, halftime in Lakewood, St. Edward 21 and Pine-Richland 20. Now let's join Matt Schick along with Tom Luganville in the studio with the halftime report.
All right, thank you guys. Pine-Richland, state semifinalists from a season ago, trailing by via a missed extra point to their 21-20 here at half. Matt Schick, along with the aforementioned National Recruiting Director Tom Luganville, getting a good look here at Philip Jurkovic, part of the junior class, number 4 dual threat quarterback, rated number 55 overall in the junior 300. 3 total touchdowns here, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. What do you like about him?
Really good athlete. He actually reminds me an awful lot of Blake Barnett when Blake Barnett out now at Alabama competing for that starting quarterback job. We have the tall, long, gangly athlete that's a good thrower. May not always be pretty as a passer, but he's also a really, really good athlete, a deceptively good athlete. We saw a little bit of that from Ryan Kelly earlier in the weekend as Basha took on Pinnacle on ESPN, and it's the same type of build. Tall, long, good athleticism, can make all the throws. What I really like about Jurkovic is he has got a competitive temperament that stands out.
Yeah, and he's quoted as saying in a recent interview, every weakness I have, I try to make it a strength. What's that tell you about him?
Well, yeah, obviously the game's important to him. He's got tremendous passion for the position, and he's got some things to iron out, but most of them are technical and coachable. That's the big thing.
Committed to Notre Dame back in May, offers from a bunch of schools, including Clemson and Alabama. See what he did as a sophomore. Off to a great start here in his junior campaign. Again, he is the number 4 dual threat quarterback for the class class of 2018. Later on today on ESPN, we will get to see the number 2 pocket passer in the class of 2017. That is Dylan McCaffrey. Yes, the last name should sound familiar. They just keep rolling out these great athletes in that family. Committed to Michigan earlier this year in February. He and Valor Christian. He's the number 45 player, 45th ranked player in the ESPN 300. See some of those descriptive words. And whether it's dual threat or pocket passing, he is the number 2 quarterback in our class of 2017. Hunter Johnson, one of 2 Clemson commits in the 2017 for the quarterback position. What do you like about Dylan?
I think sometimes your level of success or your opportunity to have success has so much to do with picking the right school and that marriage between your skill set and what that program offers in their offensive scheme and capacity. I think it is perfect with Michigan and Dylan McCaffrey. I don't know if I'm convinced that it's the right fit for him to be an immediate impact guy and see the field right away. I think he would be better suited to redshirt, develop, see the long, lean frame there, tremendous frame development upside, a high ceiling for physical maturity, which is only going to enhance him in terms of arm strength, aid in durability, but also this is an offense that is tailored to create an NFL pedigree, and that doesn't happen generally with true freshmen. So it really benefits you to sit, learn, develop, and get a sense for having that slow burn and not being just thrown to the wolves right away. And if we see out of the quarterbacks at Michigan that are competing for the starting job, likely going to be involved as a starter for more than just this year. So that would give Dylan McCaffrey an opportunity to work himself into the fray.
Competitive guy. He said the last time he was on ESPN, he was a freshman. He threw one pass, and he said it was one of the worst throws of his life. So he's looking for a little redemption later on today. Let's get to know Dylan McCaffrey.
It was a while where I would have told you in this interview that I wanted to play basketball, but freshman year, that's when I really started playing quarterback, and I fell in love with the quarterback position. No other family's going to support me as much as the McCaffrey family. We've seen him work since he was like 6 years old, so we knew it was coming one day.
Number 5 right here for Stanford. He's special. The most versatile player in the country.
And I definitely think I've got that from him, but I think he got that from Max, and then Max got that from my dad too, and my mom, especially my mom. She's one of the hardest working out there, I know that.
In a race, who wins?
My mom.
Yes.
I'm going her. I feel like if we don't let her win, we won't get dinner, so I don't think they trust me cooking. I cook up some mean salmon. Or waffles. I'm not trying to embarrass myself here, but I'm a big Taylor Swift guy. I love Shakira. I don't know, she's amazing. Let's just leave it at that. She's amazing.
As he's amazing, so is his mom, who was a great soccer star there at Stanford. Again, those are 2 reigning state champs, Saguaro and Valor Christian.
And so we talk about Dylan McCaffrey. You're going to see some other great quarterback play. Sean Clifford at St. X there. Bishop Gorman and Cedar Hill featuring Tate Martell, the Ohio State commit, and Avery Davis, the Notre Dame commit. How about IMG? 13 4-star prospects and 2 5-star prospects at IMG.
17 ESPN 300 prospects between those 2 schools. Stay tuned for that. Coming up, bottom of the hour on ESPNU, it's Lone Star taking on Heritage, and they just do it right there in the state of Texas. That's a $1.5 billion facility. Des Bryant there on hand. The Cowboys share it with him.
My high school football playing experience absolutely changed my life. It changed my life because I have so many great friends from my high school team, but also I had so many great father figures that were my coaches. And our head coach, Coach Howard, taught us so many amazing things about character, strength, and honor, and do what's right, do your best, treat others the way you want to be treated, and so many life lessons that I still take with me to this day. And what we had was more than just a team. It was a family, and it was something that definitely not only changed my life, but a lot of guys on the team.
Those who dare drive the world forward. Introducing the first ever Cadillac CT6.
Josh, don't you have friends coming over?
Yeah, so?
It stinks in here. You've got to wash this whole room.
Are you kidding?
Wash it?
Let's wash it with Febreze.
For all the things you can't wash, use Febreze Fabric Refresher.
Whoa.
Hey, Mrs. Walker. Hey, it smells nice in here.
And try pluggable Febreze with up to 4 times the freshness in one refill. Pluggable Febreze and Fabric Refresher. 2 more ways to breathe happy.
Some people choose Moen faucets for their lifetime warranty. Others buy them for their modern design. I bought Moen for father-son bonding time. There are a lot of reasons why people choose Moen. Find yours. Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
I'm 7-0 this season.
You auto-drafted.
That's what all the great GMs do. They delegate.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I did. I set the cue.
Without NFL.com fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
I almost wore shorts today.
Oh.
I was gonna do a sweatshirt shorts combo. Switched to pants instead.
NFL.com fantasy football. It's fun, it's free, it's easy.
Philip Jurkovec, Notre Dame commit, class of 2018. He's accounted for 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. We got an announcement coming up later on today.
I'm Jamias Williams from Athens, Georgia. I go to Grayson High School. I would like to thank my father and also all the college coaches who have recruited me through this process. It's been a blessing to go through this process. So without further ado, I would like to announce my top 5. Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, South Carolina, Tennessee. Stay tuned.
Ooh, the wink and the departure. That was his top 5 announcement this summer, but coming up about an hour and a half from now, he's going to announce where he's going to school.
There are a lot of guys that are really good athletes. This guy's a great football player. I think that more than anything else is where his value comes. He makes up for some measurable deficiencies with great instincts, a feel for the game, a high football IQ. If he was taller, I'm not so sure he wouldn't be a top 15 overall player.
He's the number 37 overall player in the ESPN 300 and the number 4 cornerback, more than 40 FBS offers. Again, for now, he's one of the top uncommitted players. This graphic will change when he commits before his Grayson High School takes on IMG Academy. Speaking of IMG Academy and that game, you see Dylan Moses, you see D'Angelo Gibbs. This is a game later on today, 6 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. That will feature 17 combined players from the ESPN 300. That's 5.6%. of the ESPN 300 will be on the field. Look at these prospects. Again, 11 of the top 100 in the ESPN 300, Tom.
Well, yeah, and I had already referenced how 13 4-stars are at IMG, 2 5-stars as well at IMG. Grayson has got such a deep and talented football team. This could be a great matchup. This is going to be one of the few high school games where you've got talent versus talent.
And one of the guys we're going to be watching, Dylan Moses, top athlete in this class, Tom.
Yeah, he needs to continue to develop on the defensive side. He was a running back predominantly, type of season we've accustomed to seeing him have. Really expecting big things from him as a senior. He really needs to make that transition and produce on defense the way that he did on offense early on. Remember, this was a much anticipated, highly hyped player as a youngster. So he's had a lot to live up to. That's not easy for any prospect, but I expect him to have a big senior season.
He has been on the national recruiting scene since he was an 8th grader, former LSU commit. Also, we're going to see D'Angelo Gibbs, number 10 overall player, number 2 ranked athlete in the country, the number 1 player in the state of Georgia. Again, uncommitted at this point. Plays for Grayson. What do you expect to see?
He looks like a strong safety and moves like a corner. There's some teams out there that aren't just recruiting him as a two-way player, as a potential receiver, but actually to leave him on the perimeter and play as a corner. I don't know how realistic that is overall. Doesn't mean he can't do it. His most valuable skill set is the fact that he's got ball skills and can play multiple positions. And you see him there at wide receiver, such a big, good-looking player.
Yeah, a first scholarship offer at the age of 14 when he's in 8th grade. So a couple of guys who've been on the scene for a long time. Look at the starting offensive line. Their average weight for IMG Academy. Again, they've been playing football there now for a few years.
And have training table.
Becoming a factory, yes. 325 pounds along the line. As comparison, the Atlanta Falcons would be outgained on that offensive line, 325 to 304. Again, that's not up to date. Maybe the Falcons have been eating a little bit more since then. Philip Jerkovic, again, accounting for 3 touchdowns in this first half. His team still trails by a point.
What makes Wendy's Baconator different? While other guys use frozen beef from far away, Wendy's only serves fresh beef from ranches close by, so we don't have to freeze it. Add 6 strips of thick applewood smoked bacon, and Wendy's Baconator isn't just different, it's deliciously different.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Wait, no, my computer! Oh, wait!
What are we running after?
Like stupid old computer.
Well, if you're so old, why are you chasing it? It is slow, weigh a ton.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I know. Today's PCs are faster and lighter. I know.
So why are we still running?
I don't know.
You know about it. Now do something about it. Upgrade to a new PC.
Oh, Charlie horse, call for help, call for help.
Help.
With my cousin Andy starting college, I thought I'd drop off some Best Buy gear to get him up to speed. Andy! Whoa, what is this, a notebook? What, are you going to school in 1993? What you need is a 2-in-1 laptop with the speed of Intel's 6th Gen Core processor. Do you know how important your core is, Andy? I did that for your core. The Freshman 15 is real. Best Buy's blue shirts make it easy to get back to school with the best tech. Tech to impress at Best Buy.
We're going to prove just how wet and sticky your current gel antiperspirant is. Now, we're going to show you how Degree Dry Spray is different. Degree Dry Spray. Degree. It won't let you down.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Paid too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online to Rock Auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto. All the parts your car will ever need. RockAuto.com.
Here we go. Welcome to college football paradise.
Oh, my! Touchdown! Off to the races. Unbelievable!
The dream continues. What a feeling.
It's finally here.
Boy, I hope we're not peaking too early. This could be the best weekend in the history of college football. It's the opening weekend next weekend on ESPN Networks. Football season actually kicked off last night. Yeah, it's like you haven't been eating for 4 months. Someone offers you fish, you take it.
Absolutely.
Hawaii
but are you saying we're not working week 2? I'm a little concerned.
Well, that's true. There are some other
determined.
games. Marshawn Lynch, former Cal running back out there in Sydney, Australia, to watch his Bears take on Hawaii. And we got trickeration to open it up, and it's...
If that guy kicks that correctly, it's a great call because they had the alignment that they needed from Cal on the return side. He just doesn't kick it properly, and they would have recovered that. I like that call. I thought it was gutsy. Why not? It only took you 17 hours to get there. Why not try something?
You know, if you eliminate the kickoff, you never would have seen that magical moment. Jared Goff, taken number one in the draft. He's gone. In comes Davis Webb, former Texas Tech quarterback.
Great familiarity with the scheme as he was already placed in it at Texas Tech, so a transition was easy at Cal, and a lot of already experienced reps. Hopefully, should get Cal over the hump with a lot of these receivers that have departed. They're playing with a whole slew of a cast of characters that are brand new.
38 for 54, 441, and 5 total touchdowns. Back to the high school game. This was last night, part of our Geico High School kickoff. Hillsboro taking on Oakland, and Jacoby Stevens, athlete, number 25 overall, number 3 athlete, 92 receiving yards, 4 grabs, a touchdown, a pick on defense as well.
We see what a big physical athlete he is. He reminds me a lot of Ronnie Harrison right now at the University of Alabama, where he looks like a weak-sized, undersized linebacker, but he plays with the type of skill set and ball skills that you got to have on the back end. We would project him on defense for the next level.
LSU commit. Oakland took down Hillsboro 41-13. This was also last night, not on ESPN networks, but we'll show it to you anyway. Yay! Malik Johnson staying on his feet with the flip. Braulio Alonzo High School in Tampa. Whee! That's well done. You don't need to score touchdowns.
WFLA, World Football League of America.
And with the Twitter handle, include the word Paul. 21-20, St. Edward out of Ohio with a 1-point edge on Pine-Richland. Second half straight ahead.
Every 6 seconds, a Domino's pizza lover's dreams are dashed by one Sally Soul Smasher in the group who wants a salad instead. Eat a pizza once in a while!
Luckily, we love pizza so much, we're introducing salads to our menu.
So nobody can veto pizza night. So tell those lettuce lovers, listen up. There's no reason to ruin pizza night now.
Order a medium 2-topping pizza and a delicious Domino's salad for only $5.99 each.
Pizza's good.
Those who dare drive the world forward. Introducing the first ever Cadillac CT6.
MLS Heineken Rivalry Week has 3 incredible matchups coming to you live tomorrow. Where do you stand? First on ESPN, the New York Red Bulls take on the New England Revolution, followed by Portland Timbers versus the Seattle Sounders. Then on FS1, it's Orlando City SC against New York City FC.
You got 10 seconds. Go.
Our Gladiator Power Dual reclining sofa, only $12.99. Lighted cup holders and hidden storage. Drop-down table with 2 outlets and overhead lights, 2 power headrests, and 2 power recliners. Whew.
Impressive.
Untouchable.
In Hillary Clinton's America, the system stays rigged against Americans. Syrian refugees flood in. Illegal immigrants convicted of committing crimes get to stay, collecting Social Security benefits, skipping the line. Our border open, it's more of the same, but worse. Donald Trump's America is secure. Terrorists and dangerous criminals kept out. The border secure. Our families safe. Change that makes America safe again. Donald Trump for president.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
It's that time of year again, and today's lesson, my untouchable back-to-school values. From mattresses to desks to furniture for home or dorm, you'll be sleeping, studying, and sitting like a genius. Class dismissed. Help.
Welcome back to the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff, part of the Summer of Next, presented by Geico. Just about ready for the start of the second half from Lakewood, Ohio. The host team, the St. Edward Eagles, have the 1-point lead over the Pine-Richland Rams from the Pittsburgh area. Glad you could join us on this football Saturday from Ohio, along with former Notre Dame and NFL linebacker Rocky Boyman. I'm Mark Neely. Give me your quick impression of the first half without using the name Philip Jurkovec.
That's going to be tough. But look, I think we're seeing both offenses are doing exactly what they want to do from a game plan standpoint. Pine-Richland scoring quickly, lots of big plays. St. Edward's controlling the line of scrimmage over double the time of possession. It's going to be interesting to see, can that offensive line, as this game goes on for St. Edward's, continue to chip away and pound away and wear down that smaller defensive front.
Well, I tied your hands momentarily, but do tell me more of what you think of Philip Jurkovec. Very, very impressive dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's everything we talked about here. You see him early in the game here, standing tall in the pocket, delivering the ball downfield, nice deep ball. And then later on, as we talked about, a very instinctive and powerful runner with the ability to, boom, bounce off of tackles and continue to keep his legs driving. Nice job there leading that offense. But then Curtis Celesta hacking away at that run game. He has 77 of St. Edward's 146 rush yards in the first half. And again, can that offensive line continue to just wear that smaller defensive front down for Pine-Richland? That's going to be something to watch here in the second half.
Let's take a look at our Geico first half stats. There are the numbers for Jurkovec through the air, just over 200 yards on the ground, 40 with a touchdown run, and 2 touchdown passes for Philip Jurkovec so far. He had an 8-yard TD, or I should say an 8-yard TD to Tommy Camino to start his day. And Jurkovec also a 45-yard touchdown pass to Falcone. Their first 2 possessions of the game. Pine-Richland went right down the field and scored 2 touchdowns, but the St. Edward Eagle defense was able to kind of stabilize themselves and keep them out of the end zone until very late again in that first half.
You're exactly right. They got some momentum scoring their touchdown late. Then Pine-Richland comes back, misses the extra point. It's going to be critical right here, Mark, for St. Edwards to try to get a 3-and-out here on this first drive. That would do a lot for their, their motivation here and a lot for their, mindset here as this second half starts.
St. Edward Eagles, the team in the gold, they're kicking off. They are also the 2-time defending Division I state champs in Ohio. Pine-Richland in the white uniforms with a green trim. And taking it to 7 by Tanner Douglas. Douglas hits the 25 and will be stopped just shy of the 28-yard line. Well, Philip Jurkovec will not turn 17 until November 3rd. 16-year-old, and he's already verbal to Notre Dame.
And I think he's going to fit that offense perfectly that Brian Kelly runs at Notre Dame, where they like that dual threat guy. Of course, they want the guy in the quarterback in the pocket to be able to deliver the ball deep. But again, that dual threat nature, I think, is going to fit in very, very good with that style of offense.
So Jurkovec leads the offense for Pine-Richland back onto the field. Jordan Crawford, Jr., is the running back in the backfield with him. 4 receivers, 3 to the bottom of your screen. And Jurkovec, designed run. There he goes. First down run and more. Bounces off a tackle. And he's all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Great job by Jurkovec. They get a little motion to the outside. That middle opens up quick there. And you see him bouncing defenders off there and back up the line of scrimmage. Here comes another play.
17-yard run for Jurkovec. He was going to run it again, but a flag comes out, and we're going to have motion procedure against Pine-Richland.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5 yards, first down.
But there was already a pretty big hole up the middle again there for Jurkovec when the whistle came to stop that play in its tracks. Philip Jurkovec told us on his questionnaire that the best advice he's ever gotten is, if you ain't first, you're last. And I think he did that tongue-in-cheek. But anybody that can quote Ricky Bobby as part of their questionnaire has my respect.
A little sense of humor there. I like it.
Yes. First possession of the second half from here in Lakewood. First down and 15. Quarterback draw again, but this time well read by the defense. And Patrick Beebe, senior defensive end, with the tackle, a gain of 3. There's Patrick, number 40. Second down and a long 11. Swung out. This is Jordan Crawford. They call him Go-Go. Got that nickname last year. He had a niece who was just 1 year old at the time, and Every time Crawford got the ball, she heard the crowd yell, "Go, go," and she assumed that's what Jordan's name was, Go, Go, so she assigned him that nickname.
That's what they call you, right, Mark? Go, Go? Is your nickname?
Stop, stop, actually. I'm the antithesis of go, go. Third down and long here, though. Third down and 8. They fake the jet sweep, fake the inside handoff. Jurkovec has a man wide open. Tyler King down the sideline. One man to beat. Gets a block, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pine-Richland. 53 yards.
And look, Mark, the pressure is right in Jurkovec's face. He doesn't flinch at all. Look at this. Lots of bodies around his feet. The eyes stay downfield, finds the open man, hits him for the touchdown. That's the kind of stuff you look for in a next-level type quarterback. A lot of times they get some trash around their feet, some guys in their face. They panic and throw the ball or take off run. He stands tall in that pocket, finds the open guy, hits him for the touchdown.
Third touchdown pass of the day for Jurkovec. The point after is up, and it does go through, so they lead it by 6. I'll ask you this question. No time to go chasing points here, down 1 this early in the second half.
And there's still plenty of football to play here, but an impressive opening drive again by Pine-Richland. Jurkovec standing tall in the pocket. He finds the H-back Tyler King. Pine-Richland back up here in Cleveland.
The 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Let's feed him to the sharks.
Let's feed him to the sharks.
And take all of his gold.
And take all of his gold. And hide it from the crew. They're all morons anyway.
Never said that.
They all smell bad, too.
No, you all smell wonderful. I smell bad.
If you're a parrot, you repeat things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
It's what you do.
Your accent is adorable.
Thank you.
Say tomato.
Tomato.
Tomato. What again?
Tomato.
Tomato. Is that right? It's the A. You know.
No, Winter. The subtle fragrance of Axe Black.
Does desiring less lunch mean my lunch should be any less desirable?
No.
Firehouse Subs Hook and Ladder Light boasts all the flavor you love with fewer calories for only $5.49. Firehouse Subs, the hero of all subs.
In New York, you gotta deal with New York. The U.S. Open begins Monday, only on ESPN.
Pine-Richland has gone back in front 27-21 with a touchdown catch from number 44 Tyler King, but the poise in the pocket from the quarterback Philip Jurkovec, hard to believe he's just 16 years old, really remarkable on this last touchdown throw.
Well, you're right, and that's the point I made before the break here. How many quarterbacks have you seen, Mark? Good quarterbacks, at the first sign of pressure, that pocket starts to shrink on them, they panic. They tuck the ball and run, they throw it away. Look, stands tall, his offensive line is getting literally pushed back in his lap. No flinching whatsoever, goes to the ground, delivers the football for the touchdown. That's impressive stuff. Again, for a 16-year-old kid, I like it.
A 6-point lead. Jurkovec, 3 touchdown passes now today. And the St. Edward Eagles to get the football for the first time here in the second half. On a sunny, if not hot day here in Ohio, just west of downtown Cleveland. Kickoff, it was 85, up around 90 now, to humidity over 50%. Taking it to 5. Cordell Hoover advances it across the 30 up to the 32, so good starting field position for St. Edward again for their first possession of the half.
And I look for St. Edward's offense right now, when they come out, just keep pounding away at that line. The more they can wear those guys down. We talked about the heat, talked about the humidity, talked about the smaller size of that defensive line, and that's where the advantage is for St. Ed's. Their offensive line, powerful, and of course Kevin Kramer doing a nice job orchestrating this offense in the first half.
Well, at the St. Edward practice yesterday, when we talked to the head coach Tom Lombardo, we asked him about Kramer. The first words he said about his quarterback were he's versatile. And we're seeing that today.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, making all the right reads.
Hoover goes in motion, jet sweep to him. Hoover on that left side will gain a couple up near the 35. Run down by Jesse Meckler. pick up a 3. Stopped there by Meckler. Number 33 for Pine-Richland. St. Ed's wants to use the clock.
See him packing them in there.
Fake the handoff to Celesta, and it's kept by Kramer. That ball came out at the end, and it looked like Pine-Richland recovered it. Jordan Crawford, who's a running back and also a cornerback, plays both ways. He picks up the fumble from Kramer. First turnover of the game on either side.
And Crawford with the stick, and then also as he's going to the ground, look, pries the ball loose. What an excellent play of first stopping the forward momentum of the quarterback, and as he's going to the ground, rips it out. That's what they teach the defenders to do. Pine-Richland, big break.
Tanner Douglas, number 23, also in there to help strip that from Kramer. So the first turnover of the game, and here's a huge spot right now for the St. Ed's defense. Short field, first down after the turnover for Pine-Richland at the 37.
You wonder, does Jurkovic try to hit them all hard right now? Nope.
Well, he wanted to run the football, but that was well read. Mitch O'Hara, linebacker, blitzing right up the gut to stop him.
Thought they might take a sudden change bomb down the sideline right there, but kept a nice negative yardage play there for St. Ed's.
A loss of 3. Tyler King with a touchdown catch on the last possession for Pine-Richland, number 44. He checks back in. He's in the backfield. Take the jet sweep. Kept. Jurkovic across the 35. A flag comes in late. A little pushing and shoving there at the end. Jurkovic and defensive end Tyler Radzewski.
Looks like a personal foul on Lamondola, the wide receiver.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 1 on the offense, 15 yards, 3rd down. Pat, was that?
He and Melvin Jackson, St. Ed's cornerback, were obviously 20 yards away from the ball, getting a little scuffle there, and they throw the flag on Lamondola.
Lamondola, who'd really been playing a lot of baseball in his high school career, and now starting to focus more on football.
Yeah, first year playing high school football, played it all during his youth. Senior year, said, man, I want to be a part of this stuff here, and doing a nice job.
Set up the screen pass, Tanner Douglas. Trying to get to the sideline, but wrapped up by Riley Bombick, number 11. Gain of 4. So 4th down from the 45. Let's see how Pine-Richland wants to approach it. They used a pooch punt on 4th and long. A possession late in the first half. Also converted a 4th and 1 and a 4th and 8 on that same drive. And there's the second pooch punt of the game from Jurkovic, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. That one is for sure a touchback, like the last one. So it's going to come out to the 20. Early here in the second half, and St. Ed's will get the ball back when we return.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Hello, America. The first ever $5 flavor menu is here, and it's a game changer. For just $5 each, you can get a medium one-topping pizza, Wing Street Wings, a Hershey's cookie, and your other Hut favorites. A Pizza Hut pizza for just $5. It's the ultimate crowd pleaser.
How are you feeling, crowd?
Very pleased, thank you.
We do what we can here.
$5 for a Pizza Hut pizza. How can we not be pleased?
Good crowd today.
The $5 flavor menu, America's best pizza deal, only at Pizza Hut.
We're gonna prove just how wet and sticky your current gel antiperspirant is. And now we're gonna show you how Degree Dry Spray is different. Degree Dry Spray goes on instantly dry for a cleaner feel. Degree. It won't let you down.
Welcome back to the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff, part of the Summer of Next, presented by Geico. We're happy to have the Goodyear blimp here, so we're looking from the west side of town where we are in Lakewood back towards downtown. Great view from their Goodyear blimp, our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. You can kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. And our thanks to the Wingfoot 2. That's the craft today out of Akron, Ohio. Great to have those pictures with us. That was a huge stand and stop for the St. Ed's defense after the turnover.
Pine-Richland getting the ball from about the 35-yard line, looking to score. Obviously, they were helped out by the personal foul penalty, but great job getting the ball back to their offense.
Kramer with the handoff to Curtis Celesta. Tackled by Cam Belay for a pickup of 2.
Celeste, as we talked about, had 77 rush yards in that first half.
And St. Ed's very different offensively than Pine-Richland. Pine-Richland, no huddle, hurry up. St. Ed's at the other end of the scale.
And so many of these teams these days are all up-tempo, up-tempo. It's almost odd to see a team that huddles and takes their time out there.
Send in motion, Mason McManaman. There's a pass and caught in stride. Nicely grabbed by Hoover. And he was maybe one broken tackle away from breaking that. Almost up to midfield. First down. Gain of 24.
What a nice throw there by Kramer. He sees a slant route. Nice, good-sized wide receiver, and Hoover delivers the ball right in stride. First down.
5 catches for Hoover in this game now for 90 receiving yards. Back on the ground to Zalesta on first down.
And here's what's important, too. You talk about Cordell Hoover, 6 foot tall. The defensive backs, the cornerbacks for Pine-Richland. Jordan Crawford goes 5'8", Tanner Douglas goes 5'9". So you see, look to be taking advantage of that height differential there.
Big numbers for Hoover today, including a touchdown reception back in the first quarter.
There we go again.
Deflected in the air, but it's caught as Hoover came back to that ball after Ryan Duran, defensive end for Pine-Richland, got a hand on it. That ball went flying in the air and was up there for a while.
Yeah, he not gotten a hand up. That, you know, would have been a one-on-one play there and see who's going to win, but we've called Duran's name a few times today, causing some disruption in the front there.
Hoover came back to get it, but it was a loss of 1. So it's 3rd down and 7. Jet sweep running to this side of the field, but Devin Maddox is tripped up by Raymond Falcone, and it'll be 4th down.
How about Raymond Falcone has a touchdown catch down the sideline and then making a nice play on 3rd down, coming up from the safety position. Watch, covering a lot of ground, hardly breaks stride, gets the runner to the ground. He says, shoot your gun. That's what those defensive coaches tell those players. Look, don't break down. You got a guy in the open field like that, go take the legs out.
Second punt of the game for St. Ed's, Mason Lawler. Tanner Douglas back at the 17. Pine-Richland to receive this punt. Fair catch. Taking it to 20. So when we come back, Pine-Richland and their quarterback, Philip Jerkovic, will have the football when we return to Lakewood, Ohio.
Hard to overstate the energy, the anticipation.
Welcome to college football.
Have a look around.
Thank you.
Got me looking so crazy right now, your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Looking so crazy in love, got me looking so crazy in love.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda Accord you love. Named to Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Welcome to college football paradise.
Oh, my! Touchdown! Off to the races. Unbelievable!
The dream continues. What a feeling.
It's finally here.
For college football's back officially late last night when we saw Cal beat Hawaii down in Sydney, Australia. But next weekend's going to be off the charts.
I mean, unbelievable. Have you ever seen an opening slate of games
not even close.
like this before? A lot of times you see the start of the season, every team wants to ease into it. No easing into the season here for these major teams here in college football.
Well, our Geico ESPN high school football kickoff here today, Lakewood, Ohio. Jerkovic fakes the handoff and runs for a couple to the 22. Just over 5 minutes left, third quarter. Pine-Richland, the team in the white from Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh area, has the 6-point lead.
Phil Jerkovic has 63 of Pine-Richland's 89 rush yards here on the day so far.
He was the leading rusher a year ago, and he runs again for a first down. Retreated a little bit, retreats again, gets to the sideline before he's finally upended. And he comes down at about the 38. Omar Fada came flying over. He was the third different Eagle defender to have a shot at him. 15-yard gain.
You see getting it done in both areas, Mark. You see the pass yardage there, 258, but also 80 on the ground.
That one doesn't go anywhere. He had the pitch man to his left, but kept it, and Omar Fada comes up again to make a tackle.
Great fill by the middle linebacker Fada on that play. It looks like Jerkovic may be a little shook up from the hit by Fada. You see, look, Phil right there, bang.
Ooh, they're
nice.
late.
Yeah, and then some
behind.
guys piling on late there for sure.
He was on his way to the ground. And he got up from the backside, throws out into the flat far side and turn it upfield to Francis. And he's going to get past the sticks right near midfield. Well, let's see where they mark about. It's going to be right near the marker. He's going to be a little short. I mean, by about the length of the football. So it will be third down at about the length of the football. Jerkovic swings it out and slipping Crawford. He's down there. And now it's going to be, instead of third and length of the football, fourth and about 4.
And I don't understand that play call there. The high school hashes are wider than even in college, and you run a bubble screen into the boundary like that, where there's a lot of yellow jerseys over there. Don't love that play call there.
And they're at their own 44-yard line here. We've seen him go for it on fourth down a couple of times and succeed, and a couple of times they pooch punted. Let's see what they do here with Jerkovic. I mentioned earlier there's no play clock that's out there for the players to see, and he is going to pooch punt this. Angle it towards the far sideline, and it's going to bounce out of bounds inside the 15. Well, tonight on ESPN, after Charleston Southern and North Dakota State, stick around for Sports Center at night. Kevin Connors and Chris Hassel will have all the highlights from the NFL preseason, Major League Baseball, the Little League World Series, and everything else from the world of sports. It all streams live also on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. You know, I mentioned the play clock. You played high school football in Ohio. There's not a visible play clock, but there is one official that keeps a play clock.
Right, one official keeps the time on his hand, and as it starts to get down into 10 seconds, 5 seconds, he'll deliver that information to the quarterback.
Not much there for Curtis Celesta. A little slow to get up. That's Grant Kerrigan, who's back playing defense. He's also been the left tackle for Pine-Richland, but we're seeing the heat. You've been seeing some players getting their calves rubbed out. Here, that's Tyler King, who we've seen, who has a touchdown reception. He's a two-way player, also plays linebacker.
And Tyler King, just a sophomore, but certainly a good player. But yeah, this is what you're seeing. A lot of this cramping. You see the trainers with the rollers getting those calves rolled out, stretching those hamstrings. We talked about the heat, and it's so hard to prepare for this kind of thing. You can practice. Of course, they're practicing it and they're scrimmaging in it all summer, but here, this kind of heat, first game of the season, this is a lot of what you find.
Tyler King, they call him TK. Also plays basketball for Pine-Richland. His mom, Melissa, played basketball in college at Penn State. Hopefully that is indeed just the situation with a cramp. Got to stay hydrated. You see him getting some water there, some fluids. Now the clock stopped with 2:32 to play in this third quarter. There's Dracovic over on the bench. He was getting the calves worked on a little bit ago and took a couple of hits in that last series as well.
Yeah, he got shaken up a little bit there.
King getting help to his feet. I mentioned Philip Dracovic, who has verbal committed to Notre Dame. This is a look at the upcoming rankings. And again, these are all verbal commitments, which can be changed before signing day on February 1st.
Well, you're right. So yeah, so far this is the list you see with Ohio State with 14 players. They just seem to reload. Urban Meyer up there, always one of the best recruiters in the country. But you make an important point that they are just verbals at this point, which, you know, we've seen how many times kids change their name and they got the one hat sitting there on signing day and they grab the other hat and put it on.
But I would be stunned if Dracovic does not go to Notre Dame. He's somebody that's
grew up loving Notre Dame. Exactly. Fits the offense perfectly. I think he's going to stick for sure.
Kramer looking to throw, but running out of time. And is brought down by Duran. Also in pursuit there was Anthony Simonara. The number 6 Duran, the first to get to him. First sack of the game with his Pine-Richland defense. A 3rd and 10 for St. Ed.
Here we go. We see Cordell Hoover toward the top of your screen there. That's been the go-to guy in critical situations there for Kramer.
Kramer running out of time, throws to the sideline. A diving attempt right near the pylon, or right near the marker, but it's incomplete, caught out of bounds. Boy, Kerrigan, number 71, was in hot pursuit of the quarterback, Kramer.
And here's Kerrigan from the rush spot there. Look, never giving up, staying with it, getting the pressure just as Kramer releases the ball.
Kerrigan, who has committed to Pittsburgh last week to go play tight end for Pitt.
And you see him playing offensive tackle here as well. You see this so many times in college football. They'll take a safety and make him a linebacker. They'll take a linebacker and make him a defensive lineman. They call it moving down, where you take a guy who's fast at one position, you move him down a spot, and now all of a sudden they're really fast.
Good field position for Pine-Richland after the first 3 and out of the game. Well, Kerrigan has been a bit of a nomad. He was playing high school football at Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas his freshman and sophomore years. Went to Weir, West Virginia last year, but now he's in the Pittsburgh area. And the reason why, that's his dad on the right, who also has a connection to Pitt. Dad Rich is receiving leukemia treatments, so the best area for those treatments is in Pittsburgh. They moved to the area, and there's Dad Richard Kerrigan here at the game today. Doing well from everything that we've heard, which is great to hear. And his son last week committed to his alma mater, Pitt, to play tight end there. Kerrigan is a big kid, 6'7", 250 pounds. Dracovic broke the tackle in the backfield from Mitch O'Hara, but then Fada gets to him, a gain of 3.
Dracovic looks a little little rattled, does he not? I mean, just like we talked about the last series, he took a shot there toward the end.
A little banged up.
Yeah, a little banged up, a little uncomfortable back there right now.
Screen pass is dropped. And Tanner Douglas. So a quick third down here. We just saw St. Edward with their first 3-and-out offensively. And now a 3rd down and 7 here for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, and his body language right now, Mark, is telling me he's hurting a little bit from that hit he took earlier. And that's always the danger with a dual-threat quarterback. It's great, they can run. It's hard on a defense. But then when your best player is taking shots, that's not a scenario you like as well.
They're going to hand off to Meckler, and he stopped. So this will be the first 3-and-out for the Pine-Richland offense. But you're right, Jurkovec definitely looks not as loose, stiffer than he did prior to this point of the game.
Hands on the hips, the head down a little bit.
Now it's 4th down. They're in the spot here at the 45 where they can go forward or for the 3rd time have a Jurkovec pooch punt. Jurkovec punted 7 times last year. He's already punted twice here today. 4th and 8. And there's his 3rd pooch punt, angling it towards the sideline, but that's going to bounce and keep rolling and then take a turn back at the 5, and it'll be down there by Pine-Richland. So a 40-yard punt from Jurkovec, and he gets to die at the 5. Now, Jurkovec on the previous series took a couple of hits. Here's one of them.
And we see, Fada came in and delivered the initial hit, but then you see, another defense right there. It looks like that may have got him there in the back or the neck, or, you always want to think about concussions and that sort of thing. Good job flying the ball by St. Edwards, but clearly the body language of Phil Jurkovec is saying he's not quite feeling comfortable out there right now.
Here's the numbers on Jurkovec now at 264 pass yards and 80 rushing. By the way, Omar Fada, 12 tackles so far today for St. Ed's, and that's incomplete at the 10 for Hoover with Tanner Douglas defending. Oh, we've seen both offenses so active, so successful. We've finally hit a little stage of the game here, Rocky, where both offenses are scuffling a little bit. Zalesta breaks a tackle. And that's going to get him some breathing room all the way up to the 29-yard line before he's tackled by Tanner Douglas. A 23-yard run for Zalesta to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. One of the top teams in Ohio, one of the top teams in Pennsylvania going at it. We played 3 quarters here in the Cleveland area, and it's a 1-score game.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. Did you know Verizon has more than 3 times the 4G LTE coverage of Sprint?
And I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. Pretty much the same coverage if you squint.
You are not Jamie Foxx. Sprint is last nationally in 4G LTE coverage.
Well, who's gonna notice?
What about the left side of the country, huh? This part of Texas, California, New York, etc.
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
Introducing Carrabba's new family bundles. Choose one of 6 favorites, plus a large salad to make a carry-out dinner for the whole family starting at $34.99. It's carryout without the compromise. Carrabba's, this is how you do Italian.
Because life can sometimes be messy, we've got you covered. WeatherTech is the ultimate way to protect your ride. From bump step to cargo liners to seat protectors, along with floor liners that protect the front, back, and even up the sides. All to help keep those memories from being spoiled. Go to WeatherTech.com and order yours today. WeatherTech. Complete protection. Completely American made.
It's the Labor Day mattress event at Ashley Home Store. Get 8 years no interest on Tempur-Pedic and iComfort starting at $21 per month. Plus add a power base starting at an additional $7 per month. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Welcome back to the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff, part of the Summer of Next, presented by Geico. Live look at downtown Cleveland from the Goodyear Blimp. Well, it's hot today here in the Cleveland area, about 90 degrees. Cramping is an issue here, Rocky. Both teams dealing with the effects of the heat.
Especially here in the second half, Mark. You're right. We've seen the guys, the trainers on the field, rolling out some cramps and stretching those hamstrings, trying to get some extra water into those guys because it's hot. And they're in good shape, they're in condition, but first game of the season, this is always an issue. See some cramping there. The big fella got a calf cramp there as well.
Might be seeing the effects of this. You know, the first half, each team had 4 possessions, 3 TD drives. Each team only punted once in the first half. Here in the second half, 3 straight punts now for Pine-Richland. And St. Ed's has punted on their last 2 possessions. Right now, a 1st and 10 from their own 28. Kramer rolling out, hit as he throws, and it's picked off. What an interception for Ben Yoakum. A diving pick of Kramer and the second turnover of the game for St. Ed's.
An excellent play. Kramer was rolling out to his right, going away from the pressure, but starts to throw across his body a bit, and then Yoakum just makes an excellent play. Coming back on that ball, laying out, pulling it in.
So number 2, Cameron Belay, is pressuring the quarterback Kramer there at the end, but what a catch on the pick for Ben Yoakum. Also plays basketball for them. Guy whose dad Todd played quarterback at Indiana State. Throw over the middle off the hands of Crawford. Omar Fata, though, once again pressuring Jerkovic, who got hit again.
Yeah, he took a shot. He did one of those fake runs and then pulled back, but no one blocks Fata, and he does exactly what a linebacker's dream is, and that's have an open shot on a quarterback.
Second and 10 for Pine-Richland from the 41 of St. Ed's. Jerkovic going to keep it. Number 37 picks up 4. We're looking at a 3rd and about 6 here. Opening minute here, the 4th quarter from Lakewood, Ohio.
I love to see them get Ray Falcone, the wide receiver at the bottom of your screen, back involved in this game. He's the deep threat.
Falcone, number 5 there. Rocky mentioned bottom of the screen.
St. Ed's showing pressure.
Picked up well. Dangerous pass. Dropped by Douglas. Well, Matthew Duffy had his eye on the receiver, and he applied the lick. And Douglas slow getting up.
And Jerkovic getting away from pressure, but as that ball is high, great job by the defender separating the football from the wide receiver. And all that was caused by some pressure. You know, they're putting hits on Jerkovic there. They're saying, hey, we know you're a good player. We'll see if you like getting hit play in and play out. That's always something that the defense wants to do. You know, even if it's just a little shot on a quarterback legally, those kind of shots start to add up as the game goes on.
Well, it's the 3rd time here in the second half that Pine-Richland has started a possession in St. Ed's territory, but really have not been able to take advantage to this point. Now looking at 4th down and 6. We've seen them convert 2 4th downs. We've seen them pooch punt on a couple of them as well. Gonna go for it, getting heat, and Jurkovec brought down, and they'll turn it over on downs. Omar Fado once again, Joel Kelly and Antonio Hills, all three getting right in the grill of Jurkovec, and it's St. Ed's football.
What a great job by Fada. He is adding to the running back, which means he has the running back man-to-man coverage, but as he's coming and he gets close to the quarterback, he turns on the jets. Great job on the pressure. St. Edwards with the ball back with 11 to go in the 4th quarter.
Guess what I just did?
Built a sandcastle?
Huh. No. I just switched to Geico and got more.
More?
24/7 access online, on the phone, or with the Geico app.
That is more. Go get some mud.
All that more has to be why they're the 2nd largest auto insurer.
Everybody likes more.
I think so.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Those who dare drive the world forward. Introducing the first ever Cadillac CT6.
In New York, you gotta deal with New York. The US Open begins Monday, only on ESPN.
The 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
A look at Lake Erie from Lakewood, Ohio. Our Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff. 2 great programs. Pine-Richland Rams from the Pittsburgh area. St. Edward Eagles from here in Cleveland. 27-21, Pine-Richland has the lead. There's Philip Jurkovec. And St. Ed's has made life much more uncomfortable for him here in the 2nd half. He looks like he's got the left wrist iced up.
Well, that's the thing I was saying, Mark. That those hits on the quarterback start to add up. Anytime you can get a shot on him and take him to the ground, okay, you're a good player. Let's see how you play when you're uncomfortable. That's what St. Ed's defense is saying right now, and they've done a good job of that there here in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
So just over a minute gone here in the 4th quarter.
The 2016 Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff.
So first down after taking over on downs for St. Ed's from their own 42-yard line. And Celesta adding to his running total down the sideline. And they're going to mark him out of bounds inside the 35-yard line of Pine-Richland. 25-yard run. So that's now 21 carries for 132 yards for Curtis Celesta.
You see that offensive line, Mark. Here we talked about it. Under 11 to go in the 4th quarter. Can they keep pounding away at that front for Pine-Richland?
First down from the 33 of Pine-Richland. Kramer hands off. Celesta, minimal gain there. Let's go back to the 4th and relatively long call on that last possession for Pine-Richland. We'd already seen them pooch punt that 3 or 4 times with Jurkovec, and I personally thought they were going to do the same thing again, but didn't, and he took some punishment.
Well, you're right, and just the drive before they pooch punted it, and they downed it inside the 5-yard line. You know, you would have loved to have seen that situation play out right there, but St. Edward's is taking advantage right now.
After you gain a 1, Kramer fires to the sideline, and that bullet a little too hot and off the hands of Hoover. Hoover's had a good day, though, for St. Ed's. Look at the numbers first half to second half for Jurkovec. He almost was moving up and down the field at will in that first half.
It was, and Mark, it seems like that one shot he took early in the second half there, everything has kind of gone downhill since then. He was clearly shaken up by that.
And movement on both sides, but this should go against St. Ed's.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, number 72, 5 yards, third down.
So that cost St. Edward 5 yards. And a 3rd and 9 turns into a 3rd and 14. Big third down play for the Eagles. They're down 6. Kramer double covered, incomplete, intended for the tight end Ryan Rockwell, but he had a corner and a safety all around him. Well defended by Belay and Crawford.
Well defended, you're right. And they have to figure in that situation, a quarterback's best friend is a tight end, especially one who's 6'5" and can catch. Nice job in double coverage. They had a man underneath and a man over top there on Rockwell, forcing a 4th down.
And a decision here on 4th and 14 from the 37 of Pine-Richland, and we're going to go for it.
Going to go for it. And don't love the call here, but if you're going to go for it, look for Cordell Hoover to the top of your screen.
Kramer, time to throw, but he's going to take off with it. He's got a long way to go to convert this, and he won't. He's stapled down at the 31, so that is where Pine-Richland will take over on downs. Coming up Sunday, September 4th, 7:30 Pacific. It's the first week of the college football season. And ABC will have the game of the day as 10th-ranked Notre Dame takes on the Texas Longhorns. And the game also streams live on ESPN's app and watch ESPN.
That's going to be interesting to see which quarterback starts the game for Notre Dame. And for Texas, they have a new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, but a fantastic way to start the season. That was a great game last year to start the season, Notre Dame and Texas.
All right, Jurkovec back out. He is committed to Notre Dame, the 16-year-old Jurkovec. That is intercepted. Perhaps. Let's look into the pile here. Antonio Hills, did he hang on to it? And it looks like it's just going to be an incomplete pass. Or did it wind up being caught by Pine-Richland? This was a really odd play because Jurkovec threw that into the crowd, and the left tackle Kadick may have come up with this number 68. It was batted into the arms,
batted down, which makes that ball live. And yeah, caught by the offensive lineman.
So Kadick actually wound up with that. Here's a pass out into the flat, a nice catch and run for Douglas. Tanner Douglas, first down. Got it by about a yard across the 40. First down, Pine-Richland.
And Mark, I think they're going to get a face mask flag. 15 yards tacked on the end of that. Looked like Melvin Jackson came in and got a hold of the face mask. Great job after the catch, and there it is. You see it getting pulled down. Call every time.
Personal foul, face mask, 15 yards, first down.
And Mark, this is where I want to see Phil Jurkovec. I want to see how he responds. Great first half. We've seen him. He's all world, the whole deal here. But now a little bit of adversity, getting hit a little bit. I want to see him respond.
Time to throw, but now here comes that blitz up the middle and being chased from behind. Dumps it off, and what a catch. Falcone. Jurkovec had defenders all around him, and at the last moment found Falcone for another first down.
It's a pretty good job of responding right there. He kept the play alive like we talked about. Just inches away from getting sacked, maybe getting that ball hit out of his hand, finds a wide receiver, moves the sticks. Great play.
14-yard gain, clock running, under 9 minutes to go. Crawford motions into the backfield. Take the handoff to him. Jurkovec keeps it, and a first down run for Jurkovec, and he's looking more like the first half. Philip Jurkovec now. Gain of 13.
Here's a read option. He sees, look at that, sees the opening. What you see, number 73, downfield blocking. Good decision by Jurkovec.
It was Andrew Kristofic, the right tackle, who was blocking. Here's Crawford for the 12. Well, the first 9 possessions of the game between the two teams, we had 7 scores. Last 9 possessions since then, we've not had any scoring. But here's Pine-Richland driving. Quick handoff to the edge. Slowing down is Crawford by Patrick Beebe. So as I just mentioned, in first 9 possessions combined between the two teams, we had 7 TDs, but none in the last 9. So a timeout taken, and we'll step aside with 7:47 to go in this fourth quarter. 27-21, Pine-Richland, they're driving again.
To avoid pressure, you need to be nimble and sense what's going on all around you.
Or you can try Clearly Better car buying. We never apply pressure.
Now, during the summer clearance event at #1 Cochran Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, lease our best-selling Jeep Cherokee Laredo as low as $258 a month. Save big on the Ram 1500 Bighorn, now from just $175 a month. Hurry in before the clock runs out. At #1 Cochran, preferred auto group of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's over. The 2016 Stanley Cup champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And I always compare a championship to a puzzle. There are millions of little pieces to that puzzle that are so important.
30 shot by Hagman. It goes off a body in there. Quick shot score. That's Siri with a goal. He wins it for the Penguins. Russ delays to Crosby. Star! Buy your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Omar Fata cramped up at the end of that last play. He goes to the sideline for St. Ed's. He's had a big game of 14 tackles. He's on the sideline right now as it's a 3rd and 7 upcoming for Pine-Richland and Philip Jerkovic.
This situation, 3rd down, ball inside the 15-yard line. You'd love to have your 14 tackle Omar Fata linebacker in this game, but they'll have to go without him.
3rd and 7. Pine-Richland at the 13-yard line of St. Ed's. Trying to make this a 2-score game. Jerkovic, play fake, dumps it off. Caught right at the 10-yard line by Tyler King, but Darnell Shields immediately wrapped him up, slung him out of bounds. So 4th down and about 4. The line to gain is just outside the 6.
Yeah, I don't think there's any hesitation here by the head coach, Eric Kaspovich. You know, they missed the extra point earlier. Not a lot of confidence in his kick game. I think he's going to put the ball in the hands of Phil Jerkovic and say, hey, buddy, make a play.
4th and 4. Jerkovic spins back. Defenders in his face, and he's sacked. Back into 24 by Jacob Davis. And the St. Ed's defense holds. The Eagles will take over on downs.
Great job by St. Edwards. They bring the pressure here in a critical situation, and a good job of keeping the quarterback in the net, as they say. Don't allow those escape lanes for him outside. Someone coming from the right side, someone coming from the left side. They bring him down. He also loses about 15 yards on that play.
And the 4th sack of the game for the St. Edward Eagles defense. They have it at the 24 and trail by 6. Celesta to the edge. Run out at about the 30. So what a big, perhaps, momentum shift here, Rocky. You have Pine-Richland going in for not necessarily a game-clinching score, but quite possibly so. And here's St. Ed's with a chance to go down the field with a score and an extra point to take the lead.
Well, you're right. It could be a huge point swing. Getting ready to go up by two scores late in this game. St. Edwards with a little more methodical approach here can get back on the board and make this a game.
Straight ahead, Kramer the quarterback. A first down up to the 39 before he's tackled by Cam Belay. These are their last 5 possessions. Fumble, couple punts, a pick, and a turnover on downs. But right now they're picking up the tempo. And he turned the corner. Zalesta run down. And right there, that's where Grant Kerrigan showed you at 6'7" with those big strides. That big man ran him down from behind.
He did. He covered some ground there for a big fella, no question about it. He shows you the athleticism, shows you why he's a Pitt commit. Good job playing that zone read, kept his shoulders square, and then when the ball committed, he committed, ran flat down that line there. Nice tackle for loss.
Kerrigan, who last week verbally committed to Pitt to play as a tight end. Celesta gets a block on the edge, cuts to the middle, first down across midfield to the 47-yard line of Pine-Richland. A Tyler King tackle stopped him, but another first down for St. Ed's.
And a great play call there. They sense that Pine-Richland's defense wants to be aggressive. They get him upfield and then throw the screen in over top of him. Use that athleticism, use that aggression against the defense. Great play call.
St. Edward High School, team in the gold tops. They're wearing gold tops for the first time in 25 years. Low snap, that ball's loose, and it looked like Pine-Richland has jumped on it. They have. The third St. Ed's turnover. This one comes in a huge spot, and Pine-Richland takes back over near midfield.
And it was an errant snap. It wasn't a miscommunication at all. It was an errant snap by the center, Kyle Payne, who's been on the last 2 state title teams. A little low and to the left. Critical error of this stage of the game.
Ryan Duran, defensive end for Pine-Richland, jumped on it. And a huge turnover with 5:34 left here in the fourth quarter. We have a St. Ed's player having an issue there near midfield. And we've had a lot of the cramping issues today with the heat. Hopefully that's just the issue. That is Kyle Payne. That's the center.
And he's one of just 2 returning starters on this team from last year's state title run. Here in his senior year, as I said, played on the last 2 state title teams.
He also saw some time as a sophomore playing, but as you mentioned, back-to-back state champion with St. Edward Eagles. Oh, ball back to Pine-Richland, right near midfield. Dracovic faked the pitch, and then he has the tackler Hills ride him for about 4 or 5 yards on his back, and he winds up just a couple of yards shy of the first down, an 8-yard run. Well, Pine-Richland has run 18 plays in St. Ed's territory over their last 4 possessions, but don't have any points to show for it yet. First down run for Jordan Crawford.
And if you're Pine-Richland, I know you go fast and you go up tempo, but at this point in the game, under 5 minutes, do you slow it down a little bit? You know, it's always tough for those teams because it's kind of a we do what we do kind of thing, and you're not necessarily comfortable slowing it down, but man, I'd sure love to eat some clock here.
Here's a look at the head coach, Eric Kasparovich, who we chatted with last night. We asked, how many speeds does your offense have? He says 2. They're really fast is what we normally run, and then a little slower. And it looks like they've kicked it down just a bit. Here's an incompletion intended for Jason DeFrancis. He also told us last night, he said, hey, if we run 80 plays, 80 offensive plays, we'll win the game. That last play was their 58th. So they're not going to hit that mark. But they still have a shot to win the game, obviously.
They go right up on the line of scrimmage, snapping the ball.
There's Gogo, Jordan Crawford, for a few to the 31. But they're taking a little extra time before getting set.
Like you said, they have two speeds. It's always hard for these up-tempo teams to really drop it down and snap that ball under 3 or 4 seconds like you see a lot of teams do in this kind of situation.
3rd down and 8. Big 3rd down play here, though. We've seen Pine-Richland, they're not shy about going for it on 4th down today, especially in this portion of the field. Fake the jet sweep to DeFrancis. Now he's being chased. Incomplete. Beebe going after him. The intended receiver there was Jesse Meckler.
He took another big hit on that play, Mark.
And 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 8.
Rides it down in. No wide receiver open. Took a shot right at the end.
Beebe and then Matthew Duffy, number 14, there at the end, put a lick on him. So here they go. He's going to pooch punt it. Going to angle it towards the sideline, but it's going to bounce at the 2 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So now what Pine-Richland wanted to do, so they only gain about 8-9 yards on that. But 3:37 to go. St. Ed's has all 3 of their timeouts. They trail it by 6 when we come back to Lakewood, Ohio.
Go further. Go faster. Go one better. The Jaguar F-Type. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Domino's has a $7.99 Monday through Thursday carryout deal. But if you carried out Friday through Sunday, you might have felt bamboozled. So we're extending the deal to every day and giving people who paid more a little payback. Like the Smith family, who got free pizza for a year. They love pizza. We gave Brad a date with the Noid. You're welcome. And we gave Rajesh a nightlight. Payback. Go to pizzapayback.com for a chance to get yours and carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 now every day.
You lost to Jordy last week?
By 1 point.
I thought I just traded you for Des Bryant.
You serious?
We crushed it last week, buddy.
He hasn't won a game all year.
He got 21 points from his kicker.
Straight up? Straight up?
You scored the touchdowns. I put you in my lineup.
18.
Without NFL.com fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
You, fly often?
Yes.
You a window or an aisle guy?
I'm an aisle guy.
NFL.com fantasy football. It's fun, it's free, it's easy.
The home team, St. Edward, down by 6, but they're going to get the football back here with 3:37 left in the 4th quarter. Another great shot from the Goodyear blimp. Our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. So coming up Saturday, September 3rd, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. ABC kicks off its first weekend of the college football season. Number 1 Alabama, number 20 USC from Arlington, Texas. The game streams live also on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. St. Edward Eagles since 2010. They're 33-2 here at home. Haven't lost at home in 3 years, but they are down by 6. 3:37 to go, beginning at their own 20-yard line. Quarterback Kevin Kramer under pressure will run. Hit hard after a 12-yard gain by Tyler King. First down, though, St. Ed's.
Good job. There's nowhere to go for him with the football. Didn't try to force anything. Instead, sees a lot of room in front of him, green grass. Took a shot at the end, but a nice job moving the sticks.
Clock running. Celesta to the 36 for 3. Now it's been 15 straight wins for St. Ed's. Last loss came to St. Ignatius back in 2013, so that streak's on the line. Under 3 minutes to go. They're down 6. This is the 2-time defending champs, Division I champs here in the state of Ohio. He keeps. Sidesteps the defender and runs for a first down. Forward progress gets him up near the 45. Ben Yoakum met him there. 8-yard run for Kramer. They have all 3 of their timeouts. Clock stops to move the chains, just like in college, then we'll restart.
Certainly plenty of time right now on the clock for St. Edwards. Still can stay within their game plan, which is what they do best, run the football.
Celesta up the middle, cuts outside across midfield, a block on the edge from Hoover, and he'll have a first down inside the 30, down near the 25 of Pine-Richland. 30-yard run.
How impressive has Curtis Celesta been? We talked earlier, he takes over from last year's running back Cole Guess, and he has arrived. Nice job picking up the blocks, getting in the second level.
Celesta cuts it back in. Stumbling, still on his feet. Touchdown, St. Ed's. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead with just under 2 minutes to go. Well, a huge point after try here for the lead. It's a missed extra point by Pine-Richland that could be the difference in this game if Blaine Stencil can hit here. It's away. It is good. And St. Edward has taken a 28-27 lead with 1:57 to go. And how about Curtis Celesta? The senior running back, 27 carries, 199 yards, and his third touchdown run of the day here.
And this is so tough on a defense, Mark, when it's just late in the game, hot weather, bang, bang, the offensive line's hitting him, and then you get a running back like Curtis Celesta. Great balance, good vision. We've seen it all game. He punches in for the go-ahead touchdown here.
26-yard TD run for Celesta. Well, Pine-Richland, on their last possession of the first half, scored but missed the extra point, and as a result of that, they were down 1 at the half. They got the football to begin the second half, went down the field. Pine-Richland scored, kicked the extra point, lead by 6. We had not had any scoring since that point until that Celesta touchdown run moments ago, and the extra point has given St. Ed's the lead.
Well, this is a situation where you want to have your big-time quarterback come out on the field under 2 minutes left. Certainly plenty of time. 3 timeouts still left. After, like you said, that first drive to open the second half, have not been able to get anything going. They've been hitting him hard. We'll see what he has in the tank here, if he can lead his team to victory here late.
If you're a St. Ed fan, you're thinking to yourself, did we score too early? If you're a fan of Pine-Richland, you're thinking, oh, that's plenty of time. But does our quarterback have his same swagger that he had earlier in the game? Mason Lawler to kick it away. Wow, he's the best kickoff of the day. That's through the end zone for a touchback. So Philip Jerkovic and the Pine-Richland Rams will begin at their own 20-yard line. All 3 of their timeouts, and 1:57 left in regulation.
And again, with this situation, you're under 2 minutes, 3 timeouts left. All of his attributes are in play. He can still run the football, which is one of the things he does best.
You know, and even talking with head coach Eric Kasparovich of Pine-Richland, he says, hey, our special teams kicking game is still kind of coming around.
Yeah.
You know, a field goal to possibly win it may not be an option here, depending on where they are on the field. We'll see.
Well, we saw him go for it inside the 10-yard line earlier. Not much confidence in that kicking game, you're right.
And an extra point may come back. Missed extra point may hurt him. Well read defensively by Riley Baumbeck, who immediately brought down Jason DeFrancis after the catch. No gain. Clock running. Jerkovic through the arms of Meckler, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
And right now, there's just nothing vertical about their offense right now. Everything's horizontal, and credit St. Ed's defense for flying up and making those tackles out in open space like that.
Minute and a half to go. 3rd and 10. Jerkovic pressured again, has to scramble, throws on the move. That ball's up in the air and picked off. Deshane Bloodworth returning, brought down at the 15. A flag comes out, perhaps for celebration on that far sideline, but with 1:17 to go, St. Ed's looks like they can survive here at home. First turnover of the game committed by Pine-Richland.
Phil Dracovic has got to be smarter than that. He's still got a down to play with right there. There was no way he had a chance going opposite his throwing arm to heave a ball up like that with no receiver in the vicinity.
Well, it's going to be on the return. It was not a celebration penalty, but it's going to affect the return. The interception is going to stand, but the ball's going to come back out to the 33-yard line. And now you have a situation where Pine-Richland has all 3 of their timeouts.
During the return, we have a block in the back, number 81 on the intercepting team. 10 yards, first down, and we have a sideline warning.
So they didn't give us a celebration penalty. They gave him a sideline warning. But let's take a look at the pick here.
What all started defensively for St. Ed's by Antonio Hills, number 7. You'll see him come in the screen, chasing down the quarterback right there. And again, you're going opposite your arm, trying to heave a ball downfield. Look, I see no white jerseys in the vicinity. Instead, I see 2 yellow jerseys. And there you can see the bench. They know that this is a critical moment in this game. They can get a first down or 2 here.
Yeah, it's not over, but since Pine-Richland has all 3 of their timeouts, they need to stop, obviously. And even then, they're going to have a little magic in their bag to pull this one out.
But again, that's a situation where for Jacoby, you got to realize, look, you got an extra down to play with. Throw that ball away and tee it up on 4th down instead of throwing up a prayer like that.
So St. Ed's just needs another first down, and that could seal this game. Well, it's been a fun matchup between one of the top teams in Ohio, the 2-time defending state champ, St. Edward Eagles, and Pine-Richland Rams in the Pittsburgh area. Under center, Kramer. Celesta. Stopped at the 29. You can hear through our crowd mic, and it sounded like Tom Lombardo, the head coach. We've gotten to know his voice the last few days for St. Ed's. To stay in bounds. Well, coming up Monday, September 5th, ESPN has 11th ranked Ole Miss facing Heisman hopeful running back Dalvin Cook at number 4 Florida State. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern from Orlando, and the game streams live on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. 2 timeouts now for Pine-Richland as they burn one there to stop the clock with 1:12 left after what was a 4-yard gain for Celesta, who's now over 200 yards rushing. 203 rushing yards for Curtis Celesta, who last year was in the shadow of outstanding running back Cole Guest, who now is at Indiana. But what a game for Celesta here in his senior year.
Well, early in the week here, we talked to Tom Lombardo, St. Edward's head coach, and say, hey, who's your players you're excited about? And one of the first ones he mentioned was Curtis Celesta. Talked about his, obviously not a guy with tremendous size, but for his size, tough player, great vision. We've seen him break a ton of tackles today too, Mark.
2nd down and 6 coming up. When we're finished here, you have Saguaro of Arizona, Valor Christian of the Denver area, playing from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Celesta getting close to that first down marker. A flag comes in with 1:05 to go. All in all, for the first game of the season, it's been a pretty cleanly played game, I think, Rocky.
It is.
But the face mask against Pine-Richland, and that's
personal foul.
Going to do it.
Face mask, 44, defense, first down.
So it gives St. Ed's a first down, and as long as they hang on to the football, this game will be over.
You ever see the face mask in there late? St. Ed's will take the victory formation.
And he taken by Kramer. And Pine-Richland has the 2 timeouts left, but they're not going to use them, it doesn't appear. We get to today's Geico MVP of the game. And in a game where it started out with Jurkovec playing so well at quarterback for Pine-Richland, it turns out to be the St. Ed's running back, Curtis Celeste, and his numbers certainly back that up.
And Mark, you can see why St. Edward's is a two-time defending state champion. They come in here, high-powered offense, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. They take a bunch of big shots early, but they stay committed to the run game, disciplined football team. And here in the end, they pull it out with a 1-point victory.
Celeste had 119 total yards in this fourth quarter alone, over 200 yards rushing. And the St. Edward Eagles, their head coach Tom Lombardo, two-time defending champions, and they hold off Pine-Richland. And what was a terrific matchup here today, Rocky?
It certainly was. And back and forth, you see two great teams, two different styles of football teams. But in the end here, I think it was St. Edward's ability to just wear down that line of scrimmage, and then the running game by Curtis Celeste was the difference.
So St. Ed's wins it over Pine-Richland 28-27. That missed extra point comes back to hurt Pine-Richland. That's going to take care of things from here in Ohio. Coming up next, ESPN Recruiting Nation. The Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff continues at 3:30 Eastern with Saguaro, Arizona taking on Valor Christian of Colorado. For Rocky Boyden and our entire crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this one with us. Now let's send you to the studio.
All right, thank you guys. St. Edward with 1-point win, a team that finished in the top 10 nationally a season ago. We are moments away from a live verbal commitment. That is Jamias Williams out of Grayson High School in Georgia, in Loganville, Georgia, number 37 overall in the ESPN 300, number 4 cornerback in our rankings. He has narrowed his list down to 5 teams: Georgia, Ohio State, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Clemson. Make his announcement coming up. Welcome into the studio, special edition of Recruiting Nation, part of our Geico High School kickoff here on opening weekend.
First of 2 today.
Here we go.
2 Recruiting Nations.
That's right. We got another one coming up later on. Recruiting Nation always on ESPNU Thursdays throughout the season. Tom Lugabill, National Recruiting Director. Jamias Williams set to make the announcement. What kind of prospect is he?
Well, in a very, very strong corner class, top to bottom, it's extremely deep. He is one of the better pure football players of all of the corners in this class. The one thing he's not gifted or blessed with is the type of height or length that you would like to have at the corner position. You're seeing so many of these tall, long corners. However, don't let that deter you, because this is such a tough, physical, chip on his shoulder type of player that he plays big. And I will take a football player that has instincts, has a high football IQ, ball skills, can contribute in the kicking game. I'll take that, because I know each and every snap what I'm going to get, and that's what Jamias Williams brings. This guy could play nickel. He could play on the perimeter. He plays taller than he actually is because he's so physical and he doesn't back down from any challenges. This is an exciting guy, and again, a strong corner class top to bottom.
And an interesting, you don't know what you're going to see in 7-on-7. We saw the highlight there, but he's pretty physical. Like you said, the instincts. He certainly has an
no question. Good football player.
Yeah. His first offer came back in 2013 before he even played a snap of high school football. And that was the offer was from Georgia Tech, played safety as a 4-year-old as well. When you're evaluating cornerbacks, again, he's the number 4 corner. And you've always said it's a hair between the number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. But what separates the best of the best?
Well, number one, ideally, you'd like to have long arms. You'd like to have some height, because the receiver position has become so big and tall and physical that you want to be able to match up and not get overmatched on the perimeter. You want to have smooth, fluid hips, flexibility, the ability to transition, turn and run, read and react. But more importantly, you want to have some toughness, too, because that guy on the perimeter in today's game, he better be prepared play and run support.
All right, so the game is between Grayson High School and IMG Academy in Loganville, Georgia. However, we've got a big announcement to make for one of those players. As we mentioned, Jamias Williams standing by with our Olivia Harlan, surrounded by fans, friends, teammates. Olivia, take it away.
Jamias, you told me yesterday you had narrowed it down to 5 schools: Clemson, Ohio State, 3 from the SEC, Tennessee, South Carolina, and your home state, Georgia. What'll it be?
So first, I just want to thank God and my dad, my mom, and my trainer, and also all my family, friends, and my teammates, and everyone who has supported me through this process. So without further ado, for the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be attending the University of South Carolina.
Jamias, You're the 4th ESPN 300 player to commit to South Carolina just this month. How big of an impact has that had on your decision?
Well, you know, it's just a real blessing, you know, just to be a part of this. You know, I just think we can build something really special.
What stuck out to you? What made the final decision?
Well, you know, I just really believe in relationships. You know, it was hard. It was very hard choosing between Georgia and South Carolina, but I just feel like I had a great relationship with Coach Muschamp and Coach T-Rob.
I'm sure you've waited a long time to put on that visor. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. Just ready to get everything rolling now. Time for applications.
Looking forward to watching you on Saturdays. Thank you, Jemias.
All right, thank you, Olivia, and thank you, Jemias Williams, for sharing that with us. And there are some happy fans out there. There's a very happy head coach there in Columbia, South Carolina. I don't know if you'd call it a rebuild, but there's certainly some missing pieces there, and he is certainly one of them.
Oh, it's a rebuild. I can tell you that. But I can also say that with a defensive head coach that has a distinct background in coaching the defensive secondary, where there is a specific need for this football team, it's an ideal marriage. I think he hits on all of the football player qualities that Will Muschamp and defensively South Carolina wants to have and maybe doesn't currently have on the perimeter. Keep in mind, Will Muschamp is accustomed to coaching at Auburn, Texas, LSU, and Florida, where he has had a slew of great players on the perimeter, from Jalen Tabor to Vernon Hargraves, you name it, you run down the list. That's not necessarily going to be a luxury early on in Columbia. So this is a big piece of the puzzle to build the type of defensive football team you want to have, particularly in the back end.
And again, we're watching right now Jemias Williams, embraced by family and friends. Of course, such a big moment. And again, the cynical fan out there may say, well, it's so long till National Signing Day.
And they'd be right.
Anything can happen. What do you take from a moment like this here essentially still in the middle of summer?
Well, I think it's exciting for the young man and his family. To some degree, if it holds, and I would expect it to with this young man, now you get back to the focus being on your high school team, the season, pursuing a state or a league championship, and the recruiting part now goes to the back burner. Whereas if you're a high school coach, you like that mentality. You want your kid back, and you want him back with your football team and the focus to be where it needs to be. But as we've seen throughout the recruiting process for so many prospects, things can change in the blink of an eye. The hope with Jemias is that you've seen multiple programs in person, you've taken the time to take the unofficial visits, you've gone camping, you've gotten to know coaches, you've been on campus, so you're hoping to make as educated of a decision as you can at this point.
And he's a transfer there from Grayson High School, to Grayson High School from Archer High School, and by all accounts has fit in very well there with his friends and teammates at Grayson High School. Again, that's at 6 Eastern, so we'll get to see the newest verbal commitment to South Carolina and Will Muschamp out of Grayson High School taking on IMG Academy. That's at 6 Eastern time on ESPN 2. Jemias Williams, number 4 corner. Let's look at the top players to top classes. And the number 1 class right now, Ohio State. 16 commits ranked in the ESPN 300. Top 10 dual threat quarterback Tate Martell. Pair of top 11 wide receivers, Tyjon Lindsey, Bishop Gorman. We'll see him later on today as well, 9 Eastern on ESPN 2. Trevon Grimes. Both of those guys committed on the same day earlier this week. Let's go inside the top 5 classes for 2017. So 1 is Ohio State, number 2, Alabama, looking for a 10th consecutive top 3 finish. Got 5 stars, Najee Harris, number 1 running back. And offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood, number 2 offensive tackle. Sticking in the SEC, the number 3 recruiting class as of now, LSU. Smiles delivering with number 3 dual threat signal caller Lowell Narcisse, but he tore his ACL last night, and his left knee tore his right one the season ago.
It's such a shame. And, 2 quarterbacks committed to LSU's class, including Miles Brennan, another spectacular thrower.
Yep. Tyler Shelvin, number 2 ranked defensive tackle, dominating the line of scrimmage. Number 4 class, stick in the SEC, Georgia. They've never finished outside the top 13 in the 11 years we've been ranking classes at ESPN. That streak is a lock to continue. 5-star safety Richard LeCount, who last night had a touchdown grab, a kickoff return for a touchdown, and a punt return for a touchdown.
Nice outing
for Liberty County. Just another day at the office. Part of this 4th-ranked recruiting class. And at number 5 is Notre Dame and Brian Kelly. They've signed a top 10 class in 6 of the 11 years we've been ranking classes. 2017, looks pretty good. Brian Kelly and staff have a pair of ESPN 300 tight ends in the fold, including #1 ranked tight end Brock Wright. So you look at those top 5 classes overall. What's your giant takeaway here in August?
When you consider the losses to the National Football League that LSU has had with their underclassmen in a 3 to 4 year span, it just goes to show you how good of a football team and how good of a recruiter Les Miles and his staff have been, because they seem to replace them with the same caliber of player and very little drop-off, and they're always prepared to deal with having those early departures to the NFL. There was a span where they had 22 over 3 years, and they won 10, 10, and 8 games. Nobody does that. And so you continue to see strength out of LSU. With Ohio State, I continue to look at the wide net that they are casting. When you consider Urban Meyer and some of his coaching stops, not just as a head coach, but as an assistant coach, time at Colorado State out on the West Coast where you recruit heavily in California, head coach at Utah. He's been in the Midwest as a head coach and in the Southeast of Florida. So there's already established recruiting ties and relationships in just about every footprint of this country, and you're seeing that in this class for the Ohio State Buckeyes, who I still believe, despite their losses last year, are the most talented team in the Big Ten and are continuing to get stronger and stronger and stronger on the recruiting trail.
Yeah, people harp on the number of starters and experience lost, but they just pile up these top 5 classes on top of top 5 classes, so we'll see how that goes. Again, Shaun Wade, #1 corner, also part of that class. We're going to see later on Tyjon Lindsey out of Bishop Gorman and Tate Martell. These guys have been really lifelong friends there. He's a dual-threat quarterback. What do you make of that connection that we're going to see for Bishop Gorman later, and how it could manifest itself in Columbus?
Well, it's big. It's going to be interesting to continue to watch the recruitment of Tate Martell and see where things come in February. This is a very talented and gifted quarterback. Doesn't maybe have the measurable standard that you would like to have, but he plays for a great high school program where he's been extremely productive. All right, and so now you got a target like Tyjon Lindsey, who is what I call a jackrabbit in cleats. He's not very big. He's never going to be very big, but boy, is he a jet.
All right, Bishop Gorman, again, that's 9 Eastern, taking on Cedar Hill out of Texas on ESPN2. That's a look at the top 5 classes. In terms of quarterbacks, we mentioned Tate Martell, but he's looking up, and a lot of us are because he's very tall, at Dylan McCaffrey. He's next on ESPN here with Valor Christian out of Colorado, pair of state champs, as he, the Michigan commit, will take on Saguaro out of Arizona.
Clear now, yo, it's my time, and it's near now, and I'm too strong, no fear now. You can feel it when the crowd starts to cheer now. Yo, we here now, vision's clear now, and it's my time, and it's near now, and I'm too strong, no fear now. You can feel it when the crowd starts to cheer. Let's go! Yo, we here now, vision's clear now. Yo, it's my time, and it's near now, and I'm too strong, no fear now. You can feel it when the crowd starts to cheer now.
You get used to sweaty odors in your car. You think it smells fine, but your passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze Car Vent Clip. Break out the Febreze and breathe happy.
Is it a force of nature or a sales event? The Summer of Audi sales event is here.
Get up to a $5,000 bonus on select Audi models.
These are the rules of the duel. Anything goes in the arena, and anything goes inside the Goblin Hunt. Anything. A most ridiculous duel. Clash Royale.
It's the Labor Day mattress event at Ashley Home Store. For a limited time, get this Ashley Sleep Queen Power Set for just $19.99. That's just $21 per month with 8 years, no interest. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Trying to do too many things at the same time just doesn't work very well. That's why Trivago focuses on comparing hotels and works very hard at finding your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
Fantasy football ends here, but it started on the ESPN Fantasy app. And every once in a while it ends like this, but even then it started on this app. The new ESPN Fantasy app makes it easy to create, manage, and win your league. Download the ESPN Fantasy app and start your league.
Well, tonight it's North Dakota State taking on Charleston Southern. After that, watch Kevin Connors, Chris Hassel, Sports Center tonight. ESPN and streaming live on the Watch ESPN and ESPN apps. College football, the season is upon us. Officially began last night, or in what they call in Australia, Saturday, because they are ahead of us. Did you know that? Did you know that they're ahead of us?
It's been brought up.
I did not know that. Marshawn Lynch on hand. Former Cal Bear. He can afford the flight. Onside kick to begin the game, though, for Hawaii, and they muff it.
They had the look they wanted out of Cal's return setup. Didn't execute the kick to where it needed to go. Get that ball over to the left a little bit more.
Rigo Sanchez trying to catch him off guard. Cannot catch the football. Cal would score a touchdown on the drive.